And what is up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to the show. We have a new kind of layout that we're running with. Hope you guys really dig it. What's up? It's your boy Chris from the Average Boy Podcast, and I'm here with my co-host Triggs. What is up, my dude?
What's going on, man?
How's
Loving
it
this new layout, like this
No,
new system that we're running right now.
dude, it looks pretty rad, man. I'm really freaking liking this, man.
Yeah, man.
I hope everybody's having a good day. We just got through New Year's. We made it past 2020. Now we're in 2021. It's time to get things back to normal. Yeah, I doubt it goes that way, but it's gonna be pretty good. Hey, thank you, Millar Jim. Is that a friend of yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Thanks so much, dude, for putting it out there. Yeah, we wanted to kind of switch this up a little bit. Hopefully, we got a really cool show. Hi, Audrey. Hi, Audrey. Thank you guys very much. We kind of changed up the show a little bit. We found a really, really cool program that's going to help us make the production a little bit more solid, help us interact with our people. Really, really cool. I'm super excited about this. But yeah, dude, how was your New Year's, Triggs?
Pretty good, man. Invited some friends over, had them, see the new place. Kind of partied a little bit. I've got my Star Wars, decanter.
Oh, that is so cool, dude.
Yeah, dude. So it's full of Jack. So doing some toast, doing it right, and just kind of bringing in the new year in a pretty good way, man. The people I hadn't seen in a while, so it was fun. It was fun.
Very, very cool. Is that Robert's asking, is that a twisted tea or what, dude? Gangsta slapping
bang on me, dog.
It was slapping 2020 right in the face, dude. We got to do some pretty cool stuff. Me and my roommate, we got to see they were doing some K-pop event on YouTube. My roommate, Christella's a huge fan of K-pop stuff.
Yeah.
So we were just checking out. She was kind of like trying to tell me how K-pop is like a growing thing. I think it's weird. I think K-pop for girls is like the way Asian girls are for guys. Like we all love our Asian girls and they like their Korean boys. That's the way I kind of see it. But some entertaining stuff. Some of those guys, they really know how to put on a show. I guess you got to respect like the old like Backstreet Boys, like 2000 boy bands to really get into it.
You mean like mid 90s?
Yeah. No. Because these guys are like, they have like a new age kind of like, they add a lot of hip hop to it. So it's got a lot of like that Justin Timberlake kind of action going on. But
I started kind of getting into Blackpink, speaking of
yeah, dude, I mean, it's got its moments. It's got its moments that it's got really
and it's super funny. I think it's the song How You Like That. And I was like, bro, this is a low-key banger, dude.
Yeah, dude. I'm not gonna lie, man. They have some really, really great music. There's a lot of good artists that are coming out right now that I'm really excited about. I think you and I were talking about Ashaniko.
Yeah, Ashaniko with Hatsune Miku.
Yeah, dude, you and I were talking about that earlier this week, and Ashaniko drops some mad shit, dude. She is so good. You can't catch a lot of guys banging that stuff because,
dude, I've fucking pulled.
I'm still gonna put that shit out there. Yo, straight up, baby metal
forever, man.
Miller James says baby metal. Baby metal is the shit, bro.
Yeah, I don't care what nobody says.
you gotta tag up also on Lady Beard, dude.
Oh yeah,
Lady Beard goes hard, man. That guy's pretty rad. So 2021 was a pretty cool intro for us. We did, like I said, we got to see some K-pop stuff, ate some fajitas and did some barbecuing, popped some little fireworks, and just brought in the new time, ready for a new year, ready for a new us. I mean, for us here, yeah.
So speaking of that, I have an announcement to make, guys. Speaking of 2021, and the great things that are to come, not with the average boys and stuff like that, but February 6th, I will be tying the knot.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, congratulations, bro, to you and Audrey.
So with that being said, you and Christella are invited.
Dude, yeah, invite the whole group, man. Fuck yeah. let's invite everybody in the audience, man. Everybody in the audience. Yeah, that's super good, dude. Congratulations, bro. Congratulations. I mean, sooner or later, me being at my age, still running the single life, it gets really weird. And like my brother Bobby just he recently got married to his fiance. I want to say,
I didn't even know that he was dating anybody. But then again, I don't keep up with Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby's
so like when I saw that he got married, I was like, what?
Bobby's like low key the man of mystery all the time, dude. But
yeah,
He got married maybe like 2 or 3 months, like a month ago, and I did some videotaping and some photography for it. Um, and it's really cool. Like just this aspect of all of us just getting older and stuff. And there's like this and my gaming stuff. Like, man, I wish I had this opportunity to start this like 7 or 8 years ago, man. I would
Oh,
have been
dude,
doing the
for
same
real.
thing. It would have been so great. But I guess there's one thing that is so important nowadays to realize is you're never too old to still do stuff. Cause like even if you were to say like, oh man, I'm 39 going on 40 and I'm starting a stream all late and shit. There are these two people that I see that pop up on my Facebook all the time. And one of them is called the Tactical Grandma.
Dude,
And
I've
the other
heard of
one,
her.
yeah, and the other one is like Sheriff something. And he's a sheriff dude. And he looks like the typical sheriff that comes out in films. Little like a little chubby dude with glasses and like short hair, looking like I don't even know, like that dude that got arrested a while back here in the valley. What was his name? That Sheriff Trevino, looking like Sheriff Trevino, man. I don't know. This is like years ago, dude.
I was about
But
to be like, who the fuck was this?
yeah, Sheriff Trevino. It was before Sheriff Guerra, but yeah, that guy's got a streaming channel. And those guys like have at least 20 years on me, and they're streaming and they're still getting thousands of views, and I
Sometimes
appreciate
I
that
think
shit.
that those guys get the thousands of views specifically just because of their age. Like,
Yeah.
like I know that there's like that 87-year-old grandma who plays Skyrim and she streams, and
Mhm.
bro, she's got thousands of followers.
And it's so crazy. And I don't know if it's in the sense of like people watch them specifically because they're entertaining, or if it's the idea that they're just like, oh, how cute. Oh, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I totally understand that.
Hey, but either way you look at it, there's still views, they're still getting numbers, and we can appreciate that. And I can appreciate that because, like I said, like this is something I've always wanted to do for a really, really long time. I used to do a lot of gaming with my friend Raymond. And Steve-O, yeah, Raymond Orta, and my friend Steve-O and Justin, and we used to always mess around super hardcore online. And it was one of those things like back in the day, this was like entrance college, which was like 2001, 2002. And I was kind of like, man, dude, where was this back then? But it is what it is. I started streaming mid past year 2020. You started streaming like a week ago.
Yeah, dude.
How did that go?
So when I started streaming, like you guys actually get to like my first stream for like anybody who caught it. Actually got to see me troubleshoot a problem that
Nice.
like happened. Yeah, it was actually super funny because when I first started streaming, the first game that I played was Code Vein. A friend of mine bought it for me on Steam for Christmas.
Mhm.
And so I was like, you know what, dude, I've been wanting to fucking play this game forever, right? And I have it for my PS4, and it was fun. But I was like, you know what, dude? But I mean, this is gonna look amazing on my computer. So I got it, and it was running a little funny. Like it was like just running funny. I stream on Twitch, James,
Nice.
and so I was like, dude, like what the fuck is going on? So like I got past like the intro like tutorial part, and then I was kind of like, okay, I'm gonna kind of like see if I can unfuck my situation. So I went down, like I was at 1080. Then I found a way to go to 1440, and I was like, okay, like this is still kind of running weird. And I was only getting like 18 frames a second on Twitch or on OBS, and I was like, dude, what the hell is going on? And so I do some like advanced settings, and then my VSync was turned off. And VSync, for anyone who knows, is the NVIDIA program or NVIDIA feature that kind of locks your frame rate at a certain rate, and thus allowing like your PC to catch up to itself essentially.
Oh, okay.
And so as soon as I turned on VSync,
boom, everything ran.
Yeah, I hit my full 60 on both OBS and my game.
Yo, I bet you that's like, I love those feelings of success during a stream. Like when you know some shit fails and you're like, oh my God, what do we got there? Recommend me a good game worth playing for 1080
1080 50K. Okay. I mean, well, I mean that's a that's a good CPU, but man, like I kind of need to know like what your GPU is,
Yeah,
man.
the
You know,
GPU is the other thing I have to know.
like you could have a 1080, 50K, but if you're running it on like a 1650, I mean, brother, you could run Warzone, but you're gonna be running Warzone at like medium.
Yeah, medium. Yo, you gotta hit up this new game that I just got, dude. It's called Squad. There's a lot of people that are gonna be jumping onto that. It's literally like Arma 3, a little bit better graphics, but
Okay.
it's very forgiving on the sense that there's not a lot of mods recommended for gameplay. So like in a lot of the mil sims in Arma, you got to download a bunch of mods to get into certain groups. This one, it's less bullshit, straight to the action, dude. And right now, there's a bunch of YouTubers that are getting at it right now. I just got it yesterday. I haven't been able to check it out yet. My computer barely
100
reaches.
players, 20 maps, 7 factions.
Dude, it's 100 players per map, dude. 100 players per map. And I'm not gonna lie, man. Call of Duty Warzone is real garbage right now. There's a lot of it just doesn't feel like a good game right now. I think the developers kind of like they had this real prestigious idea of bringing together Call of Duty and Cold War. Great idea. Brought in 30 new games. It was super cool. And then what happened was you could see that there was a huge difference between the guns that they used in Cold War compared to that they used in Warzone. So the firepower from Cold War, the guns are way more heavy hitting. So like right now they're exploiting a lot of the guns from Warzone or Cold War in Warzone. And it's just like you're just getting okay, check this out. People are running
so I mean if you got a 1080 Ti, dude, I mean you're fine. You run fucking just about anything you want.
That's pretty good.
So I mean a good game worth playing on. Right now, dude, I'm not gonna recommend Cyberpunk, not for a 1080. It will bug. I'm telling you that right now. It's gonna bug. I do not think that you're gonna have the kind of experience that I've had. I don't think that you're gonna have the same kind of like playability that I've had, and I've been fortunate enough to have good playability. On top of that, dude, I really think that so Cyberpunk was one of the ones that I was playing right now. I'm actually going to be getting back into my MMOs, so I'm actually really stoked about that.
Some World of Warcraft or what?
Yeah, dude. So I've got World of Warcraft. I also have Final Fantasy. I have the Division 2, Warframe, Code Vein. I have Among Us as well, and Monster Hunter World.
Do you have a Chungus, bro?
Fuck a Chungus.
Do you have a Chungus? I mean, well, dude, even right now, like gameplay and stuff like that. Speaking of Steam.
Oh, and I just got Warzone. I just re-downloaded Warzone. So.
Oh, well, dude, there's a huge holiday sale that's going on till January, like the 5th, dude, on Steam. Huge holiday sale.
Well, and not only that, dude, but I just got my Stim package.
Did you really? So you got the stimulus package? I have not received mine yet.
Because my
income tax,
my tax return is linked to my Chase account, and Chase got them today.
Oh, okay. So is that the way it's going? Because that was my question for today. So like I went to the website because you're not the first person that I heard that's gotten it yet. There's several people that have gotten it, but I went to the website to check your status or whatever.
Yeah,
and it's offline.
Oh, well, it's probably being just completely overtaken right now.
No. Like it's literally says like it's offline right now. Like you just cannot look for anything like that. So like it was one of those things. Like I was kind of like, geez, dude. Like, well, how do I figure this out? Like I'm not the smartest cookie in the bunch, dude, or brightest crayon, or loveliest person on the planet, or I don't know how to say those things. I'm just not smart. And I was really, really interested in trying to figure out how, but is that the way it's going? It's by bank, and then it's by, I guess it's like a listing of how it's going to go down.
I don't think so at all. Mm-hmm. I think it's just the fact that like Chase is just doing things right now. I mean, heck, who knows?
Hitting a micro center, yeah. But if you get an opportunity, you need to hit up Steam. If you're looking for gameplay for any type of game right now that's on PC, Steam is the way to go. Steam is the way to go.
Yeah, dude. Even Audrey's, having the same problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we're gonna need that. We're going to Disney, guys. We're going to Galaxy's Edge.
Get out of here. No way.
For
Are
our
you?
fucking honeymoon. Swear to God, we're
No,
going on
that's
my birthday.
dope, dude.
Yeah.
I want to do that shit, man. Can
So
you
guess
pack me in
where
your
I
luggage?
will be on April when we have our show on April 23rd. On April 23rd, it will be the last day that I will be spending in Disney. And
Dude,
I will tell of my experiences thus far.
You should totally mobile podcast the whole podcast, dude.
On it.
Dude, you should totally get it set up. Okay, so I'll have to explain to you the way that I do my mobile setup. So that way you can have a clean setup when you go over there.
Heck yeah.
And I'll even let you my microphone, my micro nano. I have a nano blue, and it hooks directly up to like an iPad or anything USB.
So, hell yeah.
And you'll get.
So I've also got. Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, I'm totally for it. And plus, we've also have her GoPro as well, and it's actually got some of the live vlogging attachments.
Fuck, that's so good. That's so good. Yeah, dude. That'd be so cool, man, because people in our lifetimes, we may never get the opportunity to go and experience that, especially since we're all Valley-esque people. I hope in my lifetime I get to go see it because, just like you and I, we're huge Star Wars fans, and ever since they made the Galaxy's Edge, it's been like a go-to, one of those things that we really want to do. I just saw a video today of like a 9-year-old kid that unlocked the Black Crystal.
Oh yeah, dude! You can get them at the Den of Antiquities, and so
but
apparently, yes, it is random, but it's random in the red kyber crystals, and you can and if you look hard enough, you can actually tell which one is a black crystal.
Dude, I so want to go to this thing.
Yeah,
it's gonna be great.
I want to record our experience of. I want to record us because we're both getting lightsabers.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much. I would totally appreciate it. In fact, if you put me in your luggage, I would totally like to just tag along. I'll dress as you know what? I have my giant Yoda outfit. I'll just go as your baby Yoda.
Bet, dude.
I'd be the same thing, man. 50-year-old dude, baby Yoda outfit. It's the same guy.
Yeah.
Practically, I'm just not a cute little thing. But
I know that they do. And I know that it's to like a point of being in people's faces about it. Because I've seen a lot of VTubers and YouTubers go to Galaxy's Edge.
Dude, James made a good point, dude.
What about a giveaway?
Yeah. Are we talking about a giveaway item from when they go to Disneyland? Because if that's the case, I'll donate to your guys' fund so that way you can pick everybody up something super cool.
I'll see what I can do. We'll put it in the books.
All righty, man. Okay, so it's been a good year, man. 2021 seems to be starting off pretty well.
Yeah, man.
Right now, we have a really, really good question that was asked earlier, which was from my boy Sal. What's up, Sal? Here we go. What's on tonight's agenda? Okay, so check this out. Me and Triggs got up earlier this past week, and we were like, yo, what are we going to do, man? 2021 came to an end. There's not a lot going on. What can we talk about? Well, there are several things. Actually, what's really crazy is there's some things that popped up today, literally just like within the hour. Did you hear that Chloe Bennett, the girl that plays
Quake,
dude, from
she got it. Yeah, she caught the Rona.
She caught the Rona.
Yeah, I heard.
Not only her, but I just heard right before we started the show, Mick Foley, Mankind from WWE.
He caught it?
He got it, yeah. Which I kind of feel a little bit more worried for Mick Foley because of his age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel.
And I've heard that he's had some health issues prior.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you could tell, it's gonna be a rough journey for him. Yeah. But we're probably the first people to say this, but we really hope that they recover exponentially fast and that their recovery is smooth and they don't go through a lot of pain and they beat this shit because we got to start this year off good. Yesterday I found out that MF Doom the rapper passed away in like December.
Yeah.
And did you see that? It was real weird because they kept it real hush hush, but everything started coming out yesterday.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was kind of just like, well, I've never heard of MF Doom, so I'm not gonna cry about it. But I mean, I know that a lot of people were really, were like really heartbroken about it,
Yeah.
and so I was like, sorry for your loss.
It was rough. And then the other one that was really bad, not bad, but I was bummed out. Tim Kaine, dude, from Resident Evil. Well, not Resident Evil, from Call of Duty Treyarch, the zombies. He's Takio.
Yeah.
He's the voice actor. He had a stroke, which paralyzed him on half of his body. And he was doing a lot of struggling. He's had a lot of his motor skills messed up, but he's still with us. His daughter had put a message in that he's still coherent, but he cannot read and do all that stuff. And man, I was heartbroken at first when I was reading. I thought he died.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah, that's what I was kind of like reading up on, man. I thought he had succumbed to his injuries and to his illness, and so I was like, oh dang.
Oh, dude, that's right.
Hey, man, hey, so FYI, Audrey's totally on board with our little giveaway idea. So
hey, dude, that's awesome. Awesome. So it looks like we're gonna do a Star Wars giveaway from Disneyland. Hey, we might even do some other stuff too. If we can get a little pool, maybe we'll buy some other stuff from Disney itself and different franchises because, dude, a Kingdom Hearts.
No, like I'm gonna be hanging those lightsabers.
The Star Wars up there. Yeah, you keep telling me, man.
That's gonna happen.
Yo, dude, like straight up, ever since you told me that you wanted to do that, I started looking into Ultra Sabers.
Yeah, dude, Ultra Saber, Saber Forge. There's a few other good ones. I think there's
Vader's Vault.
Yeah, there's also and then there's like custom sabers or something like that.
There's another one that if you don't want to spend too much money, there's the Mock Store.
Oh yeah,
that one's pretty good. They do have a lot of replicas that are based off of the Star Wars series, but there are some ones that they sell that are like $50 that are ready to go if you want to beat the shit out of someone, like a little kid, or if you see like if you want to be Anakin on Order 66 and you want to walk into a nursery, and you just want to like beat the shit out of some younglings, you could totally get that going. So don't forget the Mock Store when it comes to lightsabers. But going back to what we were talking about, what Sal asked, right? Because that's a good topic. What are we talking about today, Triggs?
We're going to talk about our flops, our disappointments, and you know what? We're also going to talk about our celebrations of 2020.
2020, man. We're going to do kind of like a rewind, I guess you could say, of comics, anime, film, and what we feel is going to be something to look forward to coming in 2021.
Yeah.
Because it was one of those things that me and Triggs were like, man, what do we talk about, bro? Like, we discussed talking about our favorite stuff from the show this past year, and I think our favorite stuff from this year was personally getting to interview Carlos.
Oh, yeah.
I think Carlos was such an awesome dude. Carlos Ferro, the voice actor for Gears of War. I was super blown away by him. Super nice dude, super humble. I would love to bring that guy on.
Yeah, I also truly enjoyed Nick. Nick was also a great guy to interview as well. Yeah.
I mean, the thing is like all the people that we brought on the shows are super awesome. They're people that we can't, I guess, like we can't thank more than enough for them coming on the show, spreading knowledge and having such a good time. And I think the thing that we're most excited for, or the thing that we're more, I guess, thankful for, is the fact that we get to the opportunity now to engage with our audience on a real personal level, like the way we get to talk to in the comments and everything and have a conversation. We get to add more to our family here on the Average Boys, because right now we are streaming not only on Facebook, but we're streaming on YouTube, the Average Boys YouTube channel, and my Twitch channel, the ChrisP, the Average Boys Twitch. So that's even cooler, dude, is the opportunity to be able to now multi-stream to a lot more people that are out there. Spread some knowledge, man. Get some good nerd talk going on, healthy nerd talk. Because I mean, right now, the only other thing that we would be doing is either chilling out, watching YouTube videos, or attempting to go out somewhere, but being too scared because of this virus. So we wanted to give everybody a cool corner of the world to come and just kind of geek out and have a good time. So instead of talking about things that we pushed on this year there were so many things that happened in 2020, and I mean, oh yeah, dude, and we have Spotify, dude.
Yeah.
James. Yes, we do. We are on Spotify, my guys, yeah, and girls. We are on Spotify now. Well, we've been on Spotify for a bit, and we never get this opportunity to really share it because we're trying to promote our Facebook page. And promotion when it comes to setting something up like this when it comes to content creation is important. And earlier this week, I had a friend of mine hit me up, and he told me that I should move to Twitch. And he was like, "Yo, dude, move your podcast to Twitch. Move your podcast to Twitch." And I was kind of like, "Hey, man, you know what? That's cool." Like, he has a cool group of guys that he works with that they kind of share each other, the interweb.
Yeah.
But right now, I think this is just my opinion, but 2021, I feel like Facebook is going to be the place to be.
With the way that like DMCAs have been taking place on Twitch right now, it just is safer for us to be on Facebook. And so I think that's why I would prefer to stay here.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, it's one of those things. Like I heard, like maybe a couple of weeks ago that Twitch was. Whoa! Look at that camera switch. I saw that, dude. That was cool.
So I got 2 cameras. So I got that multi-camera.
You're gonna have one on the keyboard too, like the way the gamers do it with the.
I could, dude. I can get a boom arm and then just have it.
But then we're gonna see that you're not wearing any pants, Trigger, and that's not good for views. Hey, there we go, pants. No, but yeah, we have our Spotify. So if anybody out there likes to listen to us, we appreciate your support. And if you want to carry us around in your pocket with you all the time, add our channel up on Spotify. You'll find all our episodes. Usually all the new episodes are put up two days later. So make sure that you guys add us up there. It helps us out. It helps our name get out a little bit more. Valley made, bro, but not Valley paid. But it's cool. We're not in this for the cash. We're in this for the fun. Speaking of fun, Triggs, let's get at this. So the things that we wanted to start off, of course, is we're going to start off with comics, then to mangas and anime, and then to film and television.
Yes, sir.
And then we will close out, of course, with games. We talked about games, remember, last minute? Do you want to do films before games then? Or do you want to do games before films?
Let's do games before films. I think we can crank that out a little bit quicker.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to make sure that we made a series, I guess you could say, almost like setting up a new playlist where the end of the year show going into the first is going to be like a documentary of like, what is it that happened in 2020 that I know that I can go back and find out because the average boy said this happened in 2020. So we're going to go with the best arcs, honorable mentions, no hentai, not this time, Gilbert. Hentai, your thing. All the tentacles you can have, man. All the tentacles you can love. And then we're going to go with the flops and things that we got tired of this year and something that we hope that they fix in the following year. So starting off arcs, we're going to start Marvel. So Triggs, what has been something that you were excited for Marvel this year of 2020?
You know, X-Men, dude. The House and Swords of X.
Good call.
I loved that entire story. Loved it.
Good call. Like I guess it was really good way for them to I think we talked about this off camera when we were talking about all this stuff. And I mentioned that it was a really, really great way for them to reintroduce the mutant mythos after they got all the rights back from Sony.
Well, not just that, dude, but like, you know, the fact that they really haven't done anything with the mutants in a really long time. You know, I know that they still occasionally, I mean, well, I'm not going to say occasionally, that's wrong, but they still obviously incorporate a lot of X-Men and mutants into what they're doing. But like, dude, House and Powers of X, you know, and then Swords of X. I mean, I hadn't seen a good anything about X-Men since, Avengers versus X-Men.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's absolutely correct. And that's like, oh, you know what? I had a really good time with which one was it? It was the mutants versus the Inhumans, X-Men versus the Inhumans.
Like,
you
War
remember
of
that?
Kings?
Which one?
Like War of Kings?
I think, is that the one it was where they fought Cyclops at the end? Black Bolt fought Cyclops? I don't want to ruin it because it's a really, really great story. It happened a while back. It was the Inhumans versus X-Men.
I mean, they might have fought Cyclops. I don't remember the story all that well, and
It was during the Terrigen
I know,
Mist. This
guys,
was
you
like
all
2
should
years ago.
crucify me for this that I
Yeah.
don't remember it because I usually remember from comic books. But yeah, I mean, that one I don't remember all that well. I know that it happened. I 100% know that it happened. I don't remember the story all that much though, because like it
This
was
was
kind of one of those things. Like I'm gonna read it, I'm gonna read it, I'm gonna read it, I'm gonna read it, and I never did it.
There was a really cool twist to it at the end, which I hope that everybody gets the opportunity to go back. I'm going to say that this happened in 2018. It was the X-Men versus the Inhumans, and there was a really, really great twist. That was the last time that I saw them do anything interesting with the X-Men. And now with House of X, I think it's amazing. Oh yeah, Cyclops. Yeah, that's a way to put it. yeah. That's a way to put it that he left the X-Men. Oh well, you know what?
Yeah,
That's
but he's done that like 6 times already. That's to me
After
that
he
was like
kills
all
Charles
right.
Xavier in the Phoenix Force saga. Like, yeah.
Well, he did that in Avengers versus X-Men, and that was horrible.
But that's when they got the Phoenix Force, remember?
Yeah,
that's why the Phoenix Force. That's when they created that team of the Phoenix, and Cyclops was one of them.
the
And-
Phoenix 5. Yeah, it was
the
Magic.
Phoenix Five.
Yeah,
with
it was
Namor.
Cyclops, Magic, Colossus, and Emma Frost.
What a fucking flip out for Namor to get the fucking Phoenix, dude. Of all dudes.
And then he sacks Wakanda.
Oh, dude, yeah, he wrecks the fuck out of it, dude. Yo, but that's not even to mention what's going on in the comics right now. Captain America just got the Phoenix Force.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, and he's not even a mutant.
I know.
And then Black Panther's
I'm like, all right, dude, I guess.
I mean, he looks cool, but like now it's just going all over the place.
Exactly.
But yeah, dude, Swords and House of X have been probably one of the best thing that's coming out of Marvel right now when it's coming to the mutant class. My thing is I can't wait for them to put some type of reference in the films. I think it's
we'll see. So I mean, I know that like when like characters start getting a lot of attention in the comic books, it's almost entirely because you're going to start seeing it in in the films.
Mm-hmm. Yo, can you imagine if that was the idea that right now the reason why mutants haven't come out is because they do have Krakoa?
I mean, I can see it. You
know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that would be interesting if they had already established it. I mean, it would be cool, but we'll see. My call has been the Return of the Black King.
Yeah, the King in Black.
Yeah, I think it's been great because of the fact that Spider-Man has been riddled with a bunch of like Spider-Verse, Venom-verse, Carnage-verse, like all these different variations of what it's almost like they don't know what to do with the extended characters of the Spider-Man universe.
For me,
All it ends up being
what
is a lot
I
of
really like,
glowing-
especially for King in Black, is that they're giving Iron Man like a small, like little redemption.
Okay.
You know, because in the latest issue, he accidentally, he almost killed Santa. Santa had been nullified.
Yeah.
You know, he'd been infected with the null symbiote, and like he thought that he killed him along with Doctor Doom, and so it was like a huge thing, and it was super funny, and it was real cool because Iron Man kind of gets like a little redemption. He was like, he finally kind of finds his second wind, and then he makes essentially a symbiote suit.
It's interesting because, yeah, you're right. Like, there hasn't been a lot of stuff going on good with Iron Man and comic books recently. Like, he's kind of been in just these different series, like, all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, he came out recently in the Thor comic after Thor threw the hammer to the earth. And then he had, like, a little fist fight with Thor and got his ass kicked real bad. But it's kind of like this idea that he tells Thor, like, look, you're losing control of your hammer. I need to study it. So, yeah, and all this stuff. And you're kind of like, wait, dude, like, even if you don't think about it that way, Thor is a god.
Yeah.
Like, how is this dude, Tony Stark, who's just this guy that's got a lot of money and he's really smart, going to tell a god what he can and can't do?
Well,
like, there is, like, this weird, like, priority sense to the way that they've been writing Tony Stark. And for him to get a cool little redemption arc in Black King is really, really great.
Yeah, dude.
Black King is one hell of a cosmic entity, dude. One hell of a cosmic entity. But even better is what they're doing with Venom and his son.
Dude, Dylan is a fucking badass.
Dylan is so cool. But like, when was the last time you saw good writing for Venom? I mean, Donny Cates has only been a great writer for Venom. Like he's been
the last story that they did with Venom, where
Venomverse.
Yeah, I really liked that. Really liked it.
I thought it was all right. I just didn't like the fact that there's just so many different variations of the Venom symbiote. Not in the sense of like when another character gets it and they're changed, not like that. But I think they brought out these like white things called, see, I can't even remember. They were like these little weird looking like Nanito Venom suits.
Mm-hmm.
And they were the white ones that made the armor looking variation of the suits. It was the Venom's villain. And then the only way for them to beat that was they needed Carnage.
Yeah.
And then Carnage came out and was like the hero. But I believe right now in the comic books, after Carnage went after Null, I think he's been missing ever since. I think he got killed off, actually, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Like Cletus Cassidy got killed off. But even better, dude, like when Null makes it to Earth and like pops off on the Sentry, like it literally removes the idea of all the heavy hitters against Null, the god. So like your mind automatically goes to, oh, well, you know, oh, the Hulk will come out and get him. Oh, well, because that's the thing is like there's always these comic book arcs that like, I mean, right now you'll probably see it a lot in DC more than Marvel, but you'll be like, oh, well, why doesn't he just call this guy? If Batman's fighting this dude who's like a world-ending, why doesn't he just call Superman?
Yeah.
Like this comic book, the Return of the King, it literally attacks all of that.
Yeah, because everyone gets taken.
Everyone gets taken out
in the matter of 30 minutes, like the world is taken.
Just overtaken by him. And it's so crazy because I think I told you this off camera when we were discussing these, but I think this is going to be the way Marvel rewrites their aspect of their community.
Yeah.
So like the new, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but recently they've been releasing pictures of the new Spider-Man costume.
Dude, I like it.
It looks pretty good. And I think it's going to be an electrical based suit. So that way when he's dealing with Venom outfits or Venom style things, he can shock them and they can't hold on to it. Like that's what I think it's going to be more of.
I can see that.
I mean, I just think that they're going to start to, because now every character in the universe, in the Marvel universe, has been affected by the Venom symbiote in some way.
Yeah.
So if you break that down, that means everybody has the codex in their spine. Everybody's DNA has been rewritten. I mean, that's the only way I could see it. So right now, all of humanity is just changed. And it's all changed because of this situation. That's a big fucking comic book. It's a crazy, crazy thing. Crazy thing. So yeah, my call for this year has been the Black King storyline, the Null the Conqueror King. I think that's a great comic line. I think people should pick it up. It just started recently where they started introducing him. So that's my call for 2020. So comic books, X-Men, Spider-Man, Null, anything that has to deal with the Black King. All right, well, here you go, Triggs. What about flops? I think you and I came to one big flop that we thought Marvel really hurt itself with this year. And a lot of people made fun of it. A lot of people made fun of it.
The New Warriors.
The New Warriors, dude. They ended up
space snowflake and shit.
Yeah, dude. It was okay. So we understand what they're doing.
Yeah,
like, we understand.
I do.
Did they hit it?
Necessarily mean I gotta like it.
Yeah, like I'm in the same boat you are. There were so many people that were like, dude, you could have done it this way and it would have worked.
Yeah.
Like you could have, there were some redrawings of it that looked super amazing. Like super awesome.
Dude, they can get like, fucking Frank Miller to redraw it and I still think it's trash.
It's so trash. That's so hardcore. But like this, you know what? Like the New Warriors. Oh, okay, so we can respect Marvel for them trying to help the community be better understanding to what needs to be done in our real life world.
Yeah.
If you go back and you look at what the X-Men was created for, the X-Men was created to teach the younger generation that even if you're different, no matter where you come from, humanity should try to accept you. And what it is it's teaching you their trials and tribulations through the reading so you can be more emotionally invested in the idea of that situation. So when you meet someone that is a colored blue or they're a mutant and they have 3 eyes or 4 arms, and everybody's kind of like picking on them for not wanting to accept them, you'll jump in and be like, hey, dude, like, don't do that. He's got feelings. He's a human being. He may be a mutant, but he's still a human.
Yeah.
Like, but that was the idea of those situations. That was the idea of the X-Men back in the day. So, like, this isn't the first time that Marvel has come in to try to educate us or to help us be more educated on being a little bit more compassionate.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I feel like the New Warriors could have been a great idea, but I feel like they just hammered it in too hard.
Yeah, I think on paper it's a great idea.
It's a great idea,
but its execution was poorly handled.
Yeah, I mean, this goes back to something that you always not get mad at me about, but I guarantee you'd make fun of me for it in a heartbeat. But my love and my desire for America Chavez to be more successful. Like, she has potential to be a great superhero, but they just don't do it right. Like, I'm telling you, like, the Ultimates comic book with America Chavez was written so fucking well, dude. Like, her character was such a beast. And then her solo series came out and it was hot garbage, dude. Hot garbage. And it's just the execution on how they take advantage of these characters. But you know what? Like, I ain't gonna lie, man. DC's suffering from it too. Like, DC's going through some hell right now. But our biggest failure for Marvel would have to be New Warriors. So if you're out there in the world, New Warriors, not our recommendation. Not for 2020. So
yeah.
America Chavez would be a cool if they brought her to a live action series. Oh,
I'll give it that. Go for it, dude.
I give it that. Like, dude, America Chavez is such a great character, strength wise. She would be like the equivalent to Marvel's Wonder Woman, right? Like, kind of like in a way, like her skill base, except for the fact that like she punches stars and all this other stuff. But yeah, that's my opinion. I think America Chavez. But let's talk about DC. Good question, James. Right here, James. We'll look at James on the button. What about DC? Okay, so we don't have that many choices for DC because there hasn't really been a lot of sub stories compared to the arcs that are going on in 2020. So when we discussed this, Triggs and I chose again 2 arcs that are going on right now in the comics. Triggs, what would be yours?
Are we talking flops or successes?
No, we're success in the DC. We had 2 choices. Remember?
Yeah. Okay. 3 Jokers.
Yes, dude. Yes, the 3 Jokers was probably the best thing
to not give 3 Jokers
DC.
like it's due. I mean, it would just be a slap to DC.
Yeah, the 3 Jokers comic book right now probably was released at the best time it could have been.
Yeah,
I
still reread that last panel, or sorry, like that last issue, with Joe Chill, and just feel so
cry.
Yeah, when you get choked up, reading it because Bruce Wayne, the last person that he sees before he dies is the life whom he ruined, practically the greatest.
Yeah, well, practically ruined and destroyed, and then he ends up almost being like Joe Chill in that part. Like, it almost like feels like it's Bruce Wayne being able to say goodbye to his parent or his parents with that situation.
Yeah, some weird sort of semblance, going on.
Hey, what's up, Oz? How you doing, man?
Hey, what's going on, brother? But it was a good send off to a character that has been so integral to the Batman mythos and Bruce Wayne as a whole, for 70 years. So
yeah, and then to be known in the underground as the guy who created Batman. You know what I mean? Like, that's a lot of weight to carry, man.
Yeah, dude.
That's a hell of a lot of weight to carry. But yeah, our first pick for DC positive was, yes, the 3 Jokers. If you have an opportunity, get to that comic book, buy that shit, collect it digitally, physically, whatever you want, but you need to get at it. It's amazing. The other one, of course, would have to be the biggest storyline that's going on in the DC universe right now, which is Death Metal. Death Metal is probably one of the coolest storylines DC's ever done.
Well, the Trinity Crisis. To be more specific, in death metal for me, it would have to be the Trinity Crisis.
Oh, the Wonder Woman series, right? Is that the
No,
one where Wonder Woman's kind of like in charge of it?
kind of, yeah, because it's now called a crisis event, but it's called the Trinity Crisis.
Yeah, because it deals with every Trinity that's been, or every crisis that's ever been written about.
Yeah, and so far there's 3. There's Crisis on Infinite Earths, Infinite Crisis, and Final Crisis.
Final Crisis.
And so I mean, now they're having to essentially relive all 3 of those, and like fix them kind of. Now it's the Trinity Crisis.
And that's because when they had that episode, when they had that comic issue where it explained how all 3 were, because the Trinity had to go to each different crisis, or Batman went to the one where the Monitor wins. Wonder Woman went to where Superboy Prime was. And
dude, and the fact that Superboy Prime actually like speaks to her, doesn't just like, oh, I hate you and I'm gonna go like wreck your face because
he discusses with her.
Yeah, like he actually like talks to her.
And that's a really, really cool thing that I've really, really enjoyed of the death metal series, is how they're fleshing out Superboy Prime.
They're doing
to be more of an actual Superman.
They're giving him the attention that he deserves, because no one's ever really known what to do with him. He's just he's like the plot point powerhouse of DC.
He's always
we need to unfuck something.
Yeah, bring Superboy Prime. Let's bring him in.
Yeah.
This one actually makes you remember that he's a Superboy.
Yeah.
Like he's an actual part of the Superman family.
Yeah.
That he has integrity. He has hope for a better future. If there's anything, that's what he fights for, even though it's his future, very injustice-wise. But nonetheless, still something like that. But it's just that
he also just finally comes to terms with like the fact that I can't save the world that I came from.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay. But I can save these. And that's what I'm gonna go forward and I'm gonna do that.
That's to me probably the best thing. I'm a big Superboy Prime fan. I'm a big Superboy fan. I'm a fan of just super overpowered characters that get some love, dude. Like if there's one character that I really appreciated was from we talked about this too, the Watchmen, when they started bringing Dr. Manhattan back. They started talking about his OP power level.
Yeah.
When he fucking floored everyone of the DC members, except for Firestarter.
Oh, Firestar?
Yeah, Firestar. Right? Except for him, he didn't get messed up because he works in like an atomic level. So in a casual way, he's like the easiest target for them to mess with when it comes to Dr. Manhattan's skill set, since he's like a molecular character. But nonetheless, still cool. Now the biggest flop is a very controversial subject for us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to say it's super controversial because the character we're gonna mention is a complete badass. Like probably one of the best written characters in a long time. That's like single-handedly saving the DC universe. But at the same time,
like, enough is like his biggest problem.
Yeah, which is his biggest problem. And that would be the Batman Who Laughs.
Yeah.
I know that's going to make a lot of people mad. It's probably going to make James mad.
Everything. He's in fucking everything.
Yeah, like they've literally written in this character who, when he first came out, was such a fresh of breath air, like a fresh breath of air.
Fresh air.
Yeah, dude, like straight up, so fucking cool. But dude, like they've smeared him all over everything. So first
Harley Quinn, dude.
So first off, the argument that's always been about Batman is he can take everyone out because he's like, oh, if he's got prep time, Batman kills everybody.
Yeah,
doesn't matter. Prep time, he kills everybody. Galactus, prep time, bro. Galactus, prep time. Superboy, prep time.
Yeah.
Superboy Prime, prep time. Darkseid, prep time. He just needs prep time. He just needs time to set booby traps and grenades and an opportunity to go into the world that he lives in and fucking steal all the superpowers. Yeah, he always has an answer. And they fucking dialed that up to 100 with the Batman Who Laughs. by apparently giving him a visor that can see every decision you're going to make, good or bad, and just a million opportunities. So that's why they had to do that with the Bruce Wayne of the six, well, not the 616, but the 52, the continuity universe, that they needed to turn him into the Batman Who Laughs by giving him a visor, because it's the only way the Batman Who Laughs can figure out what the person's going to do.
Yeah.
So it never fails that when something happens in the comic book, especially when someone's about to dupe the Batman Who Laughs and he gets him, he's like, well, that would work if I didn't think about it and plan for that already. And then he fucking dupes him. He dupes him. He double dupes him, triple dupes him, quadruple dupes him. I mean, right now in the comic book, he just quadruple million duped Perpetua.
Which is
literally the creator of the cosmos. Like the person that has to think of every little facet, literally God. Let's just call it God. Let's call Perpetua God.
Yeah.
And Batman Who Laughs, which was a millionaire dude whose parents died in an alley. The guy who visited Joe Chill. The one who literally every aspect of Batman you can think of, just a human dude, was able to like play 20D chess with her and beat her completely.
Yeah, dude. Like that's why I was like, this is fucking stupid, bro, because it essentially just, it essentially just came down to hey, meet me at the blacktop so we can go body blows. The fuck out of here, dude.
The gods have become complacent. I mean, that's a good way to do it. I mean, literally the Batman Who Laughs is the running joke of, hey, Bruce, thanks for getting my house out of what happened in the movie. Remember when
oh yeah, and he was like, oh yeah, thanks for saving our house. And he was like, how'd you do it? He's like, oh, I bought the bank.
I bought the whole bank. Yeah. And it's like, what, dude? That's literally what the Batman Who Laughs is in the cosmic universe. It's like, oh man, Superman's gonna come and beat you, and he took the Batman Who Laughs thing, and he's like, it's cool because I have Dr. Manhattan's powers. And I was like, oh, get the fuck out of here. They just brought the Watchmen in. Like, they just brought the Watchmen in, and this is what they're going to do with his powers?
Exactly.
Like, first off, what happened to the little kid? What happened to the little Manhattan kid that they created? Do you remember that at the end of Watchmen? At the end of the comic?
It's off in another universe.
Yeah, but this deals with the whole universe. This deals with many multiverses. It's okay. So the idea of the dark multiverse, that was cool. That was cool as fuck. Like for there to be a light multiverse and a dark multiverse. There is a Watchmen series, but that came out in 2019, I think, right? It ended in 2019. Triggs?
I think so, yeah.
What does he say? What do we got here? I got asked, what do you guys think of the Batman news coming out? Robert Pattinson is getting frustrated with Matt Reeves over
50 takes. What do you think? Do you think he might quit? I mean, it's a possibility. Contractually, I don't think he's allowed to. I don't think. But I mean, heck, who knows? I think he's already like too invested in it. I think he's just probably gonna like finish the movie and then just completely shit on Matt Reeves.
Yeah, I think that's a better. I think that's more of an idea that might happen. My personal opinion. If anything, I think Universal Studios just fires Matt Reeves, and they just bring in another director, and they just
Joss Whedon.
Yeah, no,
the Reeves cut. Just the Reeves cut.
Scott Snyder cut.
Yeah.
If anything, I think that they're gonna do like the whole like they'll let go of the director, say they came to disagreements or whatnot. But yeah, I did hear that Robert Pattinson has been kind of complaining.
Yeah.
Long days, long nights. But I mean, what do you expect, dude? You try to make a multi-million-dollar movie during a coronavirus situation. Everything is tight. Everything.
But 50 takes for single scenes and stuff like that in that bat suit, dude. I mean, I'd be feeling it too, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. Robert Pattinson got to get his shit together, man. No, I'm just kidding. But it's
Matt Reeves, dog.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think more than likely it's going to be they're probably going to bring in a different assistant producer that's going to be watching what Matt Reeves does and kind of being like, oh, that's enough. Like, that's enough. Next scene. and they're gonna kind of bring in a mediator to kind of stop Matt Reeves from treating the actors that way. That's what I kind of have a feeling is gonna happen. But good, solid question, my dude Robert. Good, solid fucking question. That was great.
Yeah, man, that's a solid question, dude.
Yo, but straight up, okay. So we had positives was 3 Jokers, death metal, and our failure, which is kind of a weird failure because we do like the character, we like what it started with. We don't like how much they're using it right now, and we hope that they kind of like pull back on using him so much in the next season, the next year, for the Batman Who Laughs. Now we're gonna jump right into manga and anime. We're not gonna take too long, guys. We want to kind of make sure that we're pushing through this at a good pace. So comics and anime. So Triggs, positives. Hit me with a positive for 2020 mangas or anime. Both. It's the same thing.
2020 mangas and anime?
Both. Yeah, either one.
So I don't want to take all of them because I could go down a list, but for me, one of the biggest ones has to be My Hero.
Oh my god.
My Hero is so fucking good this year.
That's my call, dude. I think My Hero is probably like hands down one of the best anime mangas, like straight up through and through. Over the past couple years, it's super solid. There hasn't been like a real big flop on it. It's been super good. That Kaiju Jitsu one I've heard of. I saw a couple episodes. It looks really solid though. But I think for the top anime that's coming out this year would probably have to be My Hero Academia.
Oh yeah,
that would be my call. Straight up, I think it's great. I think if you have an opportunity and you haven't seen it, you need to get at it. Season 5 is season 5. Yeah, season 5 will be coming out in February. It's going to be fantastic. The art is not changing between studios like some of the other ones we'll be talking about later. It's going great. And the manga, oh my god, the freaking villain arc that's going on right now into the next arc, it's just something that you're just going to say like when it gets to that one, it's going to be even more intense. Did you see did you see who died in the hero arc, in the villain arc?
Yeah.
Oh man, we're going to have to hold on to that. A hero that has been kind of prevalent in some of the series died at the ending of the villain arc, the Shigaraki arc. Don't put any spoilers in the post on the bottom, please. We'll save that for a later discussion. No sadness. No sadness. Okay, so here we go. My Hero has been number 1 so far. I need them to finish the Berserk manga. You're going to have to wait as long as we all did back in the 90s. Yeah, Berserk is, oh man, dude, we've been waiting for that since like 98, 99.
Yeah, so
about 98, 99.
They only release 2 chapters a year, so fucking have fun.
Alrighty, dude. Next one. This one's on you, man. Your favorite anime. Tell us, bro.
So, as far as flops go, man.
No, not yet. No flops yet. Yeah, we're talking still positive. It's still your positive.
Okay. As far as mangas go, bro. King and Omega, dude. But that's more of like an honorable mention for me.
Yeah,
but
I was honestly,
I would have to say the Seven Deadly Sins. Seven Deadly Sins ended in March of this year, and oh my god, the send off was beautiful, dude. It was beautiful.
Nice, very, very cool. So Seven Deadly Sins, the manga?
Yeah, the manga.
Okay. The manga, because we know that they have it on Netflix. So, all right, here we go. And for the last of the positive parts of anime this year, would have to go to Demon Slayer.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think Demon Slayer, hands down, is probably one of the most just beautiful, visually stunning animes that I've seen in such a long time. I just saw the fight scene for the film that came out about the train with the fire guy. I forgot his name, but oh my god, the fight scene, the visuals.
Dude, if I remember correctly, it's still holding number 1 for 11 weeks straight in Japan.
Dude, it is beautiful, and there's a reason, man. There's a reason. So, like, at first, I wasn't like really feeling like the way that the people are drawn, because they're drawn almost like a smaller variation of chibi. Everybody looks very short. Like the main character for his age to me looks like he's like maybe like 12 or 10, when in actuality he's like 15 or 16, maybe even 18.
Yeah,
like they look very young when they're drawn. But the visuals of the fight scenes and the colors they use, oh my God, man. It is gorgeous, just gorgeous. So yes, our 3 choices of positive shots this year is for both anime and manga, My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer, and Seven Deadly Sins. An honorable mention, though. I'm going to have to do this honorable mention. I know Triggs doesn't really catch up on it too much, but my honorable mention for 2020, because it was ongoing and it kind of came back with some really good stuff, is Attack on Titan. I think 2021 is going to be an Attack on Titan year. I think it's going to be fantastic. The story is so crazy good. If you get an opportunity, got to go back and start watching Attack on Titan. It's solid. It is super, super, super damn solid.
Yeah.
All right, now we got our failures. Our failures, dude. The first one's going to have to be one of the ones we actually mentioned, but because of the way that the anime is being taken care of by the studio it's worked with. But I think it was only for 1 season so far, right?
Yeah. I'm really, really reluctant on this next season.
Yeah. We're talking about season 3 of the 7 Deadly Sins. The Netflix series, the season came out. The voice actors were all changed, right?
No, it's not the voice
Did they
actors.
stay the same?
It was a studio that changed. The
Okay,
animators.
the entire studio changed.
Yeah.
I know that I was watching one of the films and they changed the voice of Meliodas and it felt really weird. Yeah, it felt super, super weird. I'll have to show you. But one of the voice actor of Meliodas changed in one of the movies on Netflix.
If you're talking about Prisoners, Prisoners of the Sky, no, that was Bryce Papenbrook.
Okay, you're gonna have to you'll have to check it out. But I know one of them it changed and it freaked me out a little bit. But yeah, it did not sound like him. Did not sound like him.
It may not have sounded like him, but I can almost guarantee you, dude, that it's been Bryce Papenbrook on everything.
Okay, cool. You're gonna have to check it out though, because for me, that's the one that was kind of like, Meliodas sounded so weird in that film. But yeah, biggest failure season 3 of the 7 Deadly Sins for Triggs. Mine is going to have to be the non-activity of One Punch Man. I can understand why. I think it was a big failure for them. They left off on a huge part of the arc that's going on in the manga to anime series. The anime series just brought out Gato. They were going real solid. Everything was going super smooth. Then it stopped and it continued to keep stopping and they kept pushing it back and it's just zero activity from the One Punch series. I know you were telling me that recently they did some fan art of God versus One Punch.
Yeah, God
versus recommended.
And dude, it is so fucking good.
Yeah, actually, here we got a really good mention right here. Yo, I want to see Blast. They just mentioned him for the first time and showed him in a memory in the manga recently, and he looks pretty solid, man. I'm not gonna lie. He looks like a hero. Looks like a superhero, like an actual damn superhero. So it'll be interesting on how they introduce him. So I know that they have a dude that's claiming to be the son of Blast. So that's another one too. So interesting stuff. Strong as shit too. But yeah, that was it for our anime and mangas. Guys, if you have any recommendations or any flops that you feel, hit them up, put us up in the comments and we'll mention them. Here we go. We're gonna go to games. There's a lot of honorable mentions, dude. But a lot of good games.
Yeah.
So 2020 had a good amount of video games that came out and a good amount of video games that didn't do so hot. But we're going to go ahead and give our solids, our honorable mentions, and then the ones that we were really disappointed with. I'll start off the games. Ghost of Tsushima would have to probably be my top of the food chain game of this year. I think visual-wise, it was stunning. The gameplay was amazing. The replayability of going through the world, and then the patch that they made when they introduced the other stuff, I thought it was awesome. Just straight awesome. I think the multiplayer needs a little bit of work. If they have a little bit more time to Red Dead Redemption that shit or Grand Theft Auto it, I think it'll be one of the best games on the planet. I think it'll be one of like the pinnacle games for gaming this year. That would be my call. Ghost of Tsushima. Triggs, what about you?
Man, I'm really gonna have to go with with Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Ooh, good.
I think it is breathing.
Man.
I think it is breathing some new light into the Assassin's Creed franchise that was just very much needed. Out of I would have to say probably something a little bit stagnant coming
With
from.
Wolf Kiss, I think his name's Wolf Kiss.
No, it's.
I think it's something like that. Wolf Dance, Wolf Dancer, or something with Wolf. But dude, the gameplay looks amazing, dude.
You're talking about the main character, right?
Yeah, the main character. I want to say his name's like Wolf
Ivor.
Ivor, but he's got like a nickname that they call him.
Let me see.
I think it's like one of the coolest, silliest names like ever. I want to say it's like Wolf Kiss because he was like kissed by a wolf, and then he like goes into like Yggdrasil, fights Odin, and all this other stuff. Let me see.
I'm looking it up right now.
Nickname. Assassin's Creed. Wolf Kissed. Yeah.
Okay.
It's Wolf Kissed. But yeah, dude, like straight up, I think the way that they introduce like the Valhalla and I think, dude, fucking amazing graphics. And like you said, breathing new life into the series that kind of lost some people in Black Flag and then gained some people back in Odyssey. And like it's kind of had its ups and downs in the series. But I think that's not too far with like the love of God of War. You know what I mean? Like that, like the God of War film or game that just came out recently. Like with that whole like Viking-esque like Norwegian, Nordic kind of feel. A lot of people do crave that kind of video game style. And then like God of War did leave us with a really strong taste in our mouth, a desire to want to keep playing that storyline and finding out more about that culture. That's what I think. So I think Valhalla will kind of like, I guess, kind of bring us back to that God of War vibe. So I think it's great. I think Valhalla is probably one of the top games of this year. I think you're absolutely correct. I think it breathes some new life into the franchise.
Indeed, man.
So a must play for this year. Another one. This is for my casual players, my young ones. My next two are very connected. Is going to be Animal Crossing. I think Animal Crossing coming out for the Nintendo Switch was a great move for Nintendo, bringing back a beloved series that a lot of people have been wanting back for so long. I think the Switch, you'll hear me say it most of the time, I think the Switch sucks. But I don't think it sucks because of the style of system it is. I think it sucks because of its titles that it has. I don't think it has enough variety, but Animal Crossing is pretty fun. You want to pass the time. It's a very Sims-like game. You can waste a lot of time, do a lot of customization. I know that there's some people out there that love video gaming, but they do not play the fast-paced stuff. They don't play the crazy hardcore things that we all play. And everybody deserves their opportunity to have their gold star AAA title. And I really do like that Animal Crossing came back. I do dig that. And the reason why
a lot of people were happy that Animal Crossing got a Switch, a Switch release essentially.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it was, and it's cool. Like it's like I said, like it's like when Mario Kart comes out, or it's like when Mario Galaxy comes out. Like there is a fan base that's around that they really hope that someone like that their franchises don't die out, right? Mine would have to be like you already know this, the Metal Gear series. Like you heard me say it, like when PS5 was coming out. Like I hope they make a Metal Gear series. Like I hope they make, and they probably are. I think they said about making a remake, and I'm super excited about that. But I mean, it doesn't even have to be anything different. It could just be the old story of Metal Gear from the original PlayStation. And I'll be happy. So like that style of person with the Animal Crossing storyline, it's good. It's good.
Oh, I love you, Ozzy.
Yeah,
I love you.
Yeah, Oz is correct too, man. A Mega Man series would be fucking fantastic, also. Man.
Oh my god, dude! If they rebooted. Like the Mega Man X series. Oh my god,
that'd be great.
I would be all over that. And you know what? And this is because this is like the first piece of art that I actually want to put up in here in the set, and it's
Yeah, there you go. All the different iterations of Mega Man.
Every one of them.
Oh, good, dude. That's gorgeous, man. That's gorgeous. Yo, and the reason why I said the other game and Doom is going to be Doom Eternal, because for a while back, actually, what's really really cool about these two is Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing came out, I think, the exact same day, so they did cross advertisement with one of the little characters that comes out in Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
and
being
and the Doom guy, and it was probably some of the
funniest,
the best advertisements I'd seen in a long time, where you have both characters kind of like coinciding with each other, the Doom guy in Animal Crossing and the Animal Crossing girl in Doom with a shotgun. I thought that was the best stuff I'd seen in a long time. But Doom Eternal, man, for your rock'em sock'em fucking run-of-the-mill shooter, first-person shooter that just needs violence, Doom Eternal really brought the franchise back to its roots, dude. The music was amazing. I know we both had the opportunity to meet some people who got to work on some of the audio. You got to meet the guy who actually built the final boss.
Yeah, dude.
Of the game.
Yeah, so, man. Like, I met the guy who designed the final boss.
What a cool opportunity for us to be able to.
And I have him on Instagram.
Yeah,
I actually message this guy occasionally on Instagram.
And we both know Chris DeLeon. Chris DeLeon was one of the singers for the heavy metal orchestra.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was there, and so was another guy. I can't remember his name.
We need to get him on.
Yeah, dude, definitely. Yeah, dude. We've been waiting. Yeah, we've been waiting to get Chris DeLeon on the show. Yeah. And when we could do a Doom breakdown, which would be really, really cool.
Let's do a podcast where he's tattooing me or something.
Right on your butt cheek. Tattooing your butt cheeks.
Yeah.
Tattooing them shut. So tattoo your butt cheeks. Tattoo Chris. No. I have enough. I want one right on the side of my skull, dude. I want one of those badass Viking skulls. Dude.
Go for it, dude.
Around my under. I'm gonna get the average boys right here in my eye, dude. Never get a job again. Never get a job.
So you can focus on your music, dude.
That's right, dude. My rapping and my classical music making.
Yeah, dude.
The two genres. Yeah. So the four choices would have to be Ghost of Tsushima, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Animal Crossing, and Doom Eternal. Those were the top dogs this year.
Yeah.
My nickname ChrisP right here on the side of my face. That'd be amazing. Honorable mentions were very, very close to being on the list. I'm not even kidding, like how close it was. Our honorable mentions were Final Fantasy VII, the remake.
Yep.
That one, of course, the graphics input was amazing. It was probably, I mean, it's just one of those things, like, to be able to bring something from back in the day and make it new and make it feel like it never changed, just to give us the vibe of it being cinematically made, was amazing. So Final Fantasy VII, the remake, was awesome. Miles Morales, the Spider-Man game for PS5. What a great introduction of Miles Morales into the Marvel video game universe. He is a beloved character of the franchise for years. And now getting this opportunity, like a tip of the fedora from Peter Parker, to carry a franchise all on his own. We talked about this, how we think the Miles Morales story was fantastic. I think it became an honorable mention because of the fact that it's a little too like the Spider-Man video game already by itself. Like, it's not really, I mean, the story is different, but the gameplay is the same. And I think personally they made him a little too overpowered with his electricity powers.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like a letdown, because Miles Morales is a beast already. But to make him like with the power of Thor, that's a little too much. A little too much. But nonetheless, still a great game. Awesome visuals, beautiful gameplay.
And then Audrey actually called our last one.
Yes, ma'am. Here it is. The Last of Us 2. What a beautiful story.
It's a beautiful game. It was a beautiful game all around. It did win Game of the Year on other categories. Mm-hmm. And it was such a beautiful game.
I think we talked about this being,
matter of fact, guys, Audrey has Ellie right there.
Yes, Ellie's a great character, dude. Probably the best character other than Joel. Yeah, I know. And that's the thing is I think we talked about this too, and this was the reason why I didn't make the list. Was because there were some parts of the game that were the execution was off, and it kind of made it to where it raised a lot of questions more than it fulfilled what the first video game brought us. So, and I mean, it's okay. Not all games are going to be perfect when it comes to sequels, but it was a very, very tight second. It was a very, very tight.
You know what? You know what, Hal? That's true.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. But yeah, straight up, Last of Us 2, honorable mention, worth the play. If you have the extra money, go ahead and get it. It is
definitely a game that will not let you down.
Yeah, it won't let you down.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Games that actually did let us down. I'm gonna
and both of them I was so hyped for.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So hyped for.
Yeah, definitely. I'll bring up the first one because I'll be the first one to shit on it. And the only guy that's probably going to shit on it, Cyberpunk. I think Cyberpunk as a video game, I think the best part of that game is how funny the glitches are. Like, I think that's the best thing. The story-wise, they killed off probably the best character at the very beginning of it.
Honestly, bro, I'm gonna have to greatly disagree with you because they do something with him later that.
Oh no, I know what they do with him.
Yeah, and honestly, I think it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I saw what they did, and it kind of it's good in a sense. But it just doesn't play off right because I know you're talking about the perfect ending, right?
It's one of the endings. It's one of the 5. Yeah, but it's one of the 5. But with what happens with him, honestly, I think it's fine. I think it's a great send off to what he wanted originally. And it's kind of one of those things where, like, you know, you see it happen and you're just happy that it happened that way instead of him being in the situation that he was in beforehand.
Yeah, but the other 4, he's in a horrible situation.
I know.
Where he's like on a fucking horrible loop.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then that goes to show, like, then what is Johnny Silverhand?
Well, Johnny Silverhand, you really have to just chalk that up to just a force of nature, dude. That guy is just so ingrained in like his belief that like it just could not contain him. And you see that all the time and, you know, like other animes and video games and shit like that, like Sword Art, you know, Heathcliff is still around essentially.
Yeah, but I don't know. It doesn't really explain that that's how this universe works.
Oh, shut the fuck up, dude! It's first and foremost, man. You gotta leave some room for development. You can't just throw everything.
I always leave room for development. I don't.
Yeah, but but you're wanting that answer right now.
No. I don't want the answer right now. But when the thing is the story itself throughout the game should give that to you, and there is a part of the game that explains to you why Johnny Silverhand is in that situation to begin with.
Yeah, I know.
And where that technology
comes from. Remember, dude, they're probably going to do DLCs. There's areas of that map you can't go to.
Oh, you can't get to. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So, there's even that we're not going to get more of that stuff fleshed out later.
It's just one of those things. I think the glitches have been the funniest part because it's just like Skyrim or Red Dead, where the story itself, it's very. We talked about this. We talked about this in the sense of like. You can choose the size of your penis and your nipples, but you cannot choose to be fat, skinny, or any other demographic of human being because it's a path that's already been chosen no matter what you want to do. Like, it's one of those things like you don't really get the story the same on both sides of the story. Like, it's like, I guarantee there was a bunch of people who wanted to, as the guy character, fall in love with Judy. You can't do that. Because Judy's character doesn't roll that way. You can only do it as a female character.
Yeah.
But Panam you can. Panam you can go either way. So it's like one of those things like, well, why is that chosen that way?
I don't know. Like, we can't have everything. I just tend not to bitch at everything.
No, but it's one of those things like, I think for me, when you lose that character in the first part, the story kind of loses its heart because
I very much disagree with that.
Oh, I know.
Very much disagree. And
I
the
know.
reason being, dude, is because that loss is what propels him to do certain things particular ways.
Are you playing as a male or female? I
Male.
forgot to ask. A male?
Yep.
Okay.
So I ended up with Pan Am.
Oh yeah, of course.
I mean, I could have ended up with, you know, Miriam Stout or whatever her fucking name was, and
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah.
or with
Johnny?
Rogue, yeah, or with Rogue,
Yeah,
you
the
know.
Johnny Silverhand Rush.
But the loss of that character when
But it's a necessity because it's the only character that's a necessity throughout the other group that does that.
other than Johnny, you know, because Johnny's loss propels Rogue to help you in particular ways.
Mm-hmm.
If you end up going with like with her help instead of Pan Am's at the end. But nonetheless, dude, you know, like certain interactions that you have, because I'm trying to do every single side quest that I can.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the side quests that I've been into, you know, like where they, like someone mentioned, like, oh, like, what do you know about Lost? And like, dude, he fucking goes ape shit on this guy, you know, because he was like, bro, you don't know anything about me or the things that I've lost.
To V or Johnny?
To V.
Okay. Well, because they haven't even really explained like his precursor story.
What does his precursor matter if the prevalent story is him losing that person? That his precursor means nothing.
No, the beginning when people are like, "Hey, Johnny, you're already here. Everybody knew who you were, and then you took off, and now you're back." Like that idea of him taking off, like no one knows that backstory yet, and I think that's going to be
the people who what I've put together is the people who matter actually know
of why he left.
Well, he didn't leave; he was killed.
No. But I'm talking about before he met, like even before the beginning of the game starts. He's coming from out of town.
Oh yeah,
he's
coming from Atlanta. Honestly, man, I think that was kind of just like one of those things where it's like, oh, okay, like cool, you left and you came back. He kind of talks about it a little, and reason being is it's like
I think it'll be a DLC.
No, he just needed to get out of Night City. He wanted to get out because he wanted to try and do things out there, and then he found out that like home is home. You know, you just can't live without it.
I think that's going to probably end up being a DLC though. Like
probably, and you know what? I really hope that it is. Like, I would love
there's a part of it that it's
like why that was a thing, but at the same time, dude, like I just don't think that you're just a fan of the story, which is fine, you know. But but at the same time, dude, I really think that you're not giving the story its due because you already have a sour taste in your mouth for it.
I mean, the reason why I had a sour taste in my mouth is because of the backlash. Because this goes back to the ways that I think companies are, where they do the things.
You gotta get away from that though. Like that's why I like when companies do certain things. I'm like, all right, dude, fine, whatever, cool. Your game sucks.
Yeah, but the thing is when the consumer doesn't care, these companies come back and continue to do the same thing without retribution. They reap the benefit. They reap the benefit.
I agree with that. But if that was the case, then The Witcher would have never had a success.
They reap the benefit. And then they do it again the following time because they know they're going to get away with it.
Again, I reiterate, if that was the case, then The Witcher would have never been as successful as it is.
But do you feel like The Witcher, the first time it came out, was horrible, and then the second time it came out? So
yes,
The Witcher, the first one, like it was literally identical to the way Cyberpunk was.
Not identical, but dude, the bugs in it were fucking trash. The combat
same aspect
fucking was complete shit. But that story was so fucking good, dude, that I couldn't wait for the second one.
So the thing is I mean, but so like with the glitches that are going on in Cyberpunk, because like we all experience some
glitches, dude. I 100% agree. Why some people, and I've told many people, do not play this game. Don't do it. Wait, please. You are not going to have a good experience with this game. You're going to fucking hate it, and you're not going to give it its real chance. A lot. I mean, I could go on with No Man's Sky, with Destiny 2.
But then
Spores. You know,
these games
were absolute trash when they came out.
But you as a consumer, that possibility, that responsibility should not fall on you. That should fall on the company to make sure that the foundation of the game works.
While I agree with that, at the same time, me as a consumer, I should let other people know, like, you know what, dude, you know, maybe this isn't the game for you right now.
Well, but that's the thing is I would understand that if like a DLC needs to be made because the story is confusing or whatnot. But if you buy a house that doesn't have a roof, but the painting on the wall is nice, well, you're going to buy that house and just wait for them to finish the roof. because the painting is good?
That's apples to oranges, man.
No, because you're talking about the glitches of the foundation of the game.
No, I'm
There,
talking about like you're buying a house that has termite damage, or you have like a leaky roof.
well,
All right,
you're buying
man.
something that's
Let's
unfinished.
hold off on buying this house until it's fixed. Then
You're,
do
but you're buying something. No, because the house would just technically not be finished.
that. Which could very well be the case for the
Cyberpunk.
argument could be made for Cyberpunk. It's not
Yeah.
finished.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like that is my argument.
Yeah, I know.
Released the game
But at the same
unfinished.
time, you just made my point.
How? I'm
That-
literally telling you that the game was not finished.
Yeah, I
And the
know.
responsibility
And I
falls on that
just
person.
I know. And I just
And-
gave a situation to where if you're gonna buy a house that's unfinished, don't do that. You know, I understand where you're coming from, and I agree with it.
Mhm.
But at the same time, we're not talking about the mechanics. We're talking about the story.
Well, yeah. I mean, the story to me, like,
Yeah, the story to you was lacking, which I get. You know,
but then again, it could have been the
I get-
choices that I made. I have gameplay on it where I'm making choices, and like, it's very predictable. But then again, I don't know if that's because of the fact on the choices that I made was for the proper story. Really,
Kyle, you are right. You are right. There was a
I
very,
can't
very large
argue.
vocal fan base that demanded this game early, and it did come out early. That's also kind of goes like
on the creator.
we're just a bunch of toxic assholes. You know, like I want my cake and I want it now. You know, sort of thing. And you know, maybe it's just me and like my mindset and stuff like that. You know, I'm like, hey, you know, just give me a good story, dude. I can almost care less like how the game plays, just as long as the story is fun.
I could 100% be around that. I think we've talked about that before on the podcast.
Like there's actually a game that I really want to get, and I think that it's like I don't think the gameplay is all that good, or it's kind of weird, and I think it's called like Dies Airy or some shit like that. Like it's like Dies and then IRAE, and I think it's a manga too or some shit like or an anime. But there's a video game of it, and I hear that it's a beautiful story,
Like
but
Dies
it's like but it's like a really weird gameplay.
Shit, I've never even heard of that.
Yeah,
Is it like an RPG or what?
yeah, it's a JRPG actually.
Oh, okay. But you see, like, I think we've talked about that too on one of our past podcasts where I said that there's been a lot of games that come out that kind of consider to be more multiplayer, and they don't make masterpiece stories anymore. That they lack what it was like in the PlayStation 1 and the Xbox, where like Halo 1, Halo 2, like the Metal Gear series, any of the games that you think about back like in the first iterations of the PlayStations and the Xbox were beautiful stories.
Yeah,
because the online story or the online gameplay was very hard to play because the internet wasn't as advanced as it is nowadays. And now there's like so many battle royales and so many multiplayer games where you kind of go out there and have fun with your friends and create your own stuff that
see, almost like when I got into battle royales, like my first question, like, and it's a weird question to ask. I was like, so like, what's my motivation behind all of this?
Yes, no, that's not a weird question.
I was like, why am I doing this?
That is the question, because right now, look at what makes Battlefield, Fortnite so popular is that they've created a story now.
Exactly. Like that.
And
I think like
now
that
people
was,
are more
one of my
invested.
biggest problems with Fortnite. I was like, what is my motivation behind doing whatever it is that I'm doing in this game?
And now it's like people are super invested in knowing what happens.
Which I kind of get, and I'm almost willing to give Fortnite a real shot again.
You see, and that's the situation right now with me is like I have a bad tendency of chiming in when the seasons are going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like when the season changes are going, like I'll tune on one of the YouTubers' lives just to watch the event, dude.
Which honestly, like as a casual player, is probably not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea,
you know, because you know if you're gonna look at it that way, like, hey man, if you don't want to play the game but you're still invested in a good story, fuck it.
Yeah,
you know, there are times I just don't want to play a game, and I'll just go on YouTube and I'll just watch the entire cutscene of the entire game as like a single like movie, 5.5 hour movie thing. And yeah, bro, I played the game essentially.
So like going back to Cyberpunk, like I'm not at all saying that it's like a huge flop. I don't want people to get me wrong. It's just it's a disappointment.
It is. It is
It's
a 100% disappointment.
and that's
But
why to me it's on
I
this list.
I will not say that it is a disappointment from a story standpoint.
Yeah,
It
I
is
mean,
a disappointment from a mechanical standpoint.
for me, I've gotten some good stuff with the stories, but there's some parts that I don't really make sense, and you know that they're there for the next part of the story. I think it goes off to the part where I went with that Asian dude to meet up with some Asian guy that he was gonna be friends with,
Oh
and he was gonna ask me for help. And when he met up with that dude, and the guy shows up, and he's kind of like, "Nah, I just showed up to tell you guys you suck and don't ever come around me." I was like, I was. Don't tell me, like, I don't know, like, I don't know if you went through this, but like, I was kind of like, so no choice that I was gonna make that guy change. Like, well, then why
I
did we
know,
have
and that I kind of understand.
like
I'll
that?
give you that because there are some choices where I'm like, I can make this guy come around. Like if I talk to this dude,
If I
right,
talk to him, yeah,
no,
like there's a
he'll
lot of
come around or something. Like he'll help. And then it was like, yeah, dude, if I see you again, I'm gonna kill both of you. And I was like, oh, okay,
wait, yeah. I was like, whoa,
okay,
dude, like, hey, man, like,
that's how it is.
yeah, dude, I go to church,
right now.
boy. Like, I go to church on Sunday. I'm not even that bad, man. Give
Hey,
me a
man, I
chance.
keep a twisted tea with me in the fucking car.
Yeah, I got the twisted T,
Wow.
automatic, bro. I got
Yeah,
an
dude.
automatic twisted
got
T,
that
not even
extendo
semi,
kit.
bro. So you know, those are the kind of things that catch me because you know you
Understood, and rightfully so. There are certain points of the story where they are lacking, but for me, it's like I try and not invest so much time in like the little nuances, and it's weird because I do, but I don't. And like I have to pick and choose my battles when it comes to like an overall story. And yeah, there are parts of like the story that like to me are dumb. Like okay, like one of my endings, you can have Hanako help you throughout the entirety of like the last mission. And I haven't done that part yet, but like she ends up becoming like the head of the Arasaka.
Okay.
In my ending, she fucking dies. I don't see how. I don't see.
Oh wow, that's
I
weird.
don't understand how it is she got involved in any of that.
What the
But
fuck?
she fucking died. And I was like, okay.
And there wasn't enough disposition for you to get it.
No. Like I had Pan Am help me, and then like you're driving away, and like you hear on the radio, Hanako Arasaka died yesterday among the millions, among the casualties. And I was like, okay, where did she come into all of this? I didn't even.
So like, it's got weird things, but they'll probably, like you said, there'll probably be a DLC that fixes it all later.
Yeah,
and
so that's why I'm kind of just like, you know, I give out hope. Now the next one that we're gonna mention had a good story to a point, and then it was a pure letdown past that.
No, I'm gonna have to let you take this one because I haven't played this game, but I know exactly what you're talking about because people all over the internet has talked about this particular game in these ways too.
Yeah. Okay. So the next game that we are going to mention after him and I just essentially bitched at each other for the past 15, 20 minutes is going to be Avengers.
Oof. Yeah,
Avengers was such an amazing concept. It was so good, dude. You play as your favorite Avengers. You know, you get to also play as Kamala Khan, and you know you beat the game because you can't. Ask you if you reset before you clean. They messed up. That's true. I mean, I can understand that point, but you know, on.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that up for him. I mean, it's a good point. Like the replayability does play a factor in gameplay. So. But we're continuing on. Cyberpunk will be another day again.
After we've talked about it for like 3 months. You know, Avengers was such like story-wise, I thought it was very cool. You know, you think that Steve Rogers dies, you know, the Avengers essentially break up. Tony's a homeless guy and now living at his family's old estate in like a broken down house now. Kamala Khan like essentially rallies the troops together and, you know, brings the Avengers back while becoming
only being a super fan or something.
Yeah, essentially only ever being a super fan of them, right? And you know, the ending of the game was really cool. I thought it was amazing. You know, you see some Kree, you know, shit that's going on as well. I mean, you know that the Kree are probably going to come later on, and then you beat the story, and you're like, all right, like what's my extended story now? Like, is there anything post game or like end game that I should be doing? And it's just go run missions.
Really?
That's it. Just go run missions. And I was like, yeah, no. I was like, you guys, I was like, this game was cool. I beat it in like 2 days, 3 days. And I mean, I think I played it 3 more times after that for like maybe 45 minutes. And I uninstalled it like 3 weeks ago.
Yeesh.
If
It's
not
so
longer.
bad. Like it's so bad when we gotta like buy games for like $60, but then like they end up being like,
Yeah, dude. And that's why like that's why I don't buy deluxe editions. Like
yeah,
sometimes I really hold off on deluxe editions, especially when it's only cosmetic. And then I find out that the cosmetics do nothing for the character. It's just, you know, you're buying cosmetics.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I find out that you can actually get those cosmetics in game anyway, then you're fucking high, dude. There's no fucking way. I'm gonna give you like $80 for, you know, $10 skins. You're fucking
that would kill me, dude.
Yeah.
That's why I like Borderlands. Borderlands doesn't do that shit.
No.
Borderlands.
You know what, dude? We should. I don't know. Man, did Borderlands even come out this year? 3?
No, it was last year. It was like 2 years ago.
Was it?
The DLC for Craig came out this year.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind doing a Borderlands. We could do a Borderlands one.
Yeah, it came out last year. But still, dude, nonetheless, you know, Borderlands is just one of those games where it has just such a like an enticing story and super goofy gameplay, and you know, you can't help but love it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I love Borderlands. I love the shit out of it.
You know, and so like, but Avengers, it was kind of like, and then like, you know, okay, so the game ends, right? But now that you have DLC characters that are coming in, and like, my first question is like, all right, well, I just beat the game. Like, what am I going to be doing with these characters? Or am I finding out that these characters were doing something while the world was ending? Why weren't they there for the final battle?
Yeah.
You know, yeah, exactly. You know, so that's why I'm kind of just like the Kate Bishop thing. And I'm like, all right, like I might play it. I might reinstall it just to find out. And speaking of, oh, dude, so happy. Anyone who has me on Snapchat knows this. I actually just got 2 1 terabyte drives and I installed them on my computer today. And man, they are fucking sweet.
Nice, very good, very good.
Yeah, but like it's kind of like one of those things, dude. Like, you know, kind of like the problem that you would have with Cyberpunk. There's no explanation to why these characters
why that's happening
introduced now. Like I don't understand the plausibility of why it is that they would be introduced in the story, which actually NVMe SSD gangster. So like, yeah, it's kind of like, you know, a problem that you would have had with Cyberpunk. And this is why, like, I don't at all completely disagree with you on certain aspects of like the storytelling, because from a storytelling aspect, like, okay, why is it that like you would be introducing these characters this way? How would they have like any kind of an effect on the overall story in Avengers when they weren't there to begin with in the, you know, like in the beginning? And which kind of sucks because like Black Panther is going to be coming out pretty soon. And, you know, Mr. Chadwick Boseman, you know, someone that we lost this year.
Yep.
And I'm more than likely, just out of respect for Chadwick, I will download that game and reinstall when Black Panther comes out for DLC.
Okay. I don't see a purpose in doing it for Kate Bishop.
Yeah.
I don't know even why people are excited for a Kate Bishop series.
I think it's just like, you know, we're going to be giving new characters like new light and stuff like that. I understand it. You know, very much like yourself, like, would I care? Not really.
Not really.
You know, like, hey, you know, give new characters, you know, the ability to build on a brand new story for themselves. Because we've spoken about this before. You know, instead of rewashing old characters to give them new stories for, you know, for like new identities and stuff like that, why not just make a brand new character and give them their own story and see if it succeeds? Yeah. If it doesn't, well, then now you know.
Now you know. Then you work on it from there.
Yeah.
Okay, so
kind of like how you have that problem with America Chavez. You know, like they introduced her character. They had a great introduction to her. She didn't really do very well in her own solo series. Heck, she might just have to be one of those where they just roll her in with bigger stories and kind of just have her as one of those.
Yep. And now for our last part, film and television. So this one's going to be pretty cool. We're going to have of course, we're going to have our 3 tops, and then our honorable mentions, and then our complete failures.
Yeah.
And I think we even have honorable failures, don't we? Kind of.
Yeah, kind of like
Because we haven't had the opportunity to see them.
honorable failures. I mean, granted that I think they still should be mentioned,
Mhm.
but we have our like absolute failures.
Mhm.
But yeah, we also have like our honorables that we have, for failure. But yeah, man, let's get into it.
Okay, so here we go. So my call for TV film of this year, I'm not gonna go for the number one. I think we talked about the number one. We're gonna talk about that one, but
I think our number one should be absolute last.
yeah, we're gonna keep that one for the last. But the first one I'll talk about is Extraction with Chris Hemsworth, Netflix. I think that is
man.
must see of 2020. Chris Hemsworth brought a beautiful story. It was great. The Russo brothers really knocked it out of the park. It was such a I don't know how to explain it. It was so different because it dealt with a more realistic situation.
Yeah.
But god damn, it was good. I didn't know I needed a film like that from the Russo brothers.
Yeah.
But that gave me a lot of hype for when they start doing more of the ground level heroes. It had a very
doing something outside of Marvel.
No, dude, definitely, dude.
I'm excited to see what they're gonna pull out outside of their MCU projects.
Their MCU life. I'm super excited. It was great. I thought it was fantastic. If you haven't seen it, Extraction on Netflix. Extraction on Netflix.
It is so fucking cool. So cool.
Our second choice for film and television is going to be the season 2 of The Boys.
Oh yeah, yeah,
dude, that was probably
so
one of the best comics to realistic film in a very long time. The season 1 of The Boys was fantastic, but season 2 delivered fantastically. Urban did an amazing job as the Butcher, Billy the Butcher.
And if that guy hasn't won an award, let me look this dude up. I want to see if he's actually gotten any kind of an award.
And I know that the girl who played Homelander just came out in another series that a lot of people are giving her a lot of heads up on. So
yeah, dude, she's kind of been very under the radar. I've seen her in other stuff. I just couldn't remember what.
Got some acting chops on her, man.
Yeah,
dude, definitely. But yeah, for me, I think season 2 of The Boys is a must watch for this year when it comes to a streaming service, something like a streaming service, something you can sit down and watch, which is probably going to go for our number one also. Our number one would have to be the best thing coming out of 2020. Would you agree? Our number one, hands down, breathing fresh air back into Star Wars, The Mandalorian Season 2.
Oh my god.
Hands down, the most needed to must watch of 2020. If you have Disney Plus, if you don't have Disney Plus, you need to get at someone who does. If you haven't seen The Mandalorian, if you haven't seen the other trilogy movie that came out 2 years ago and you don't know if you should watch The Mandalorian, fuck the last trilogies. Watch The Mandalorian. It is the best thing coming to Star Wars. It's revolutionized the franchise again. It's brought hope back to the galaxy. It is a much see. You will love Grogu. I guarantee it. And we can't wait for what it's created for Star Wars. All the series that are coming out are everybody's so excited for because of the growth of the Mandalorian television show. So if you have an opportunity, film and TV, our top choice of 2020, The Mandalorian, season 2, because that's the one that came out this year. Season 1, fucking watch season 1. You better watch season 1. Well, yeah, I mean, look, Kyle right there. Look at this, my boy right here, dude. Boom. The best thing out of the Star Wars series, period. Absolutely correct. Kyle's a beast. He knows the truth. Speaking it like in church. Praise Kyle. Praise Jesus. Praise Space Jesus. You are absolutely correct. Best thing to come out of Star Wars in a very, very long time. Our honorable mentions. We have 3 honorable mentions. One of them is a choice on mine. I don't think Trigger's been able to see this yet. But did you get to see my choice of Justice League?
No, I need to. Though. I need to.
Justice League Dark Apocalypse. If you have the Redbox app on your Roku TVs, you can rent it. It's like $2.99. It is a really great. Okay, so dude, if there's one thing that DC does and it does not disappoint, is its animated series. All of their animated movies, dude, are so fucking good. Marvel needs to pick up their slack, dude. Like, I don't know what it is, but DC really knocks it out of the park. Justice League Dark Apocalypse really, really brings this whole new continuation story to almost the Flashpoint paradox. And it's so weird because you don't see it as being a Flashpoint paradox style movie. But it's so good. It's dark. It's emotional. It gets you really, it hits you right in the feelings in a bunch of parts. You got to check it out if you haven't checked it out. Justice League Dark Apocalypse. The other one, Trigger, you're going to have to introduce this one because I haven't seen this one. But you said it's super good. It's based off another...
off of a graphic novel, man. So for me, one of the things that I really, really liked this year, you know, especially with it being a Netflix original, is The Old Guard. That was so fucking good, dude. So good.
That's the one with Charlize Theron, right?
Yeah, with Charlize Theron.
Nice, dude. Very
cool. It's a bunch of immortals, and you know, they're trying to essentially shape like world events and stuff like that. You know, they're kind of getting worn out, you know, because they're not seeing the fruits of their labors immediately. But, you know, towards the end of the movie, you find out that like the people that they saved, like their grandchildren end up like curing, you know, syphilis and shit like that. You know, like they do amazing things, but it's later on down the line and they just don't know it yet. You know, so it's one of those that it's so fucking good, dude. And the plot twist at the end is just so fucking amazing. So
guys, if you have Netflix, that's one to check out. It's going to be a lot of action. It's going to be real fun.
And you know what? I think there's also one more honorable mention that we should that we should do after the one that you talk about right now.
Yeah. One of the honorable mentions for myself, I will vouch for this movie. Is it the best thing coming out? No, it's very much like that one that came out a while back that had like the ogres and shit in New York or LA. What was that one? Brightburn? Oh no, Bright. It was Bright.
Oh yeah, dude, Bright was so good.
I like that one. A lot of people didn't like it, but I dug it. This is going to be kind of like in that same style where a lot of people were kind of for it and against it.
Yeah,
it's called Project Power, and it's got Jamie Foxx in it. He is
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, what did Joseph Gordon-Levitt's in it?
Yeah,
dude.
I know, man. I know, dude. I'm for it.
They're producing. There you go. Look at this
one. I'm for it, dude.
Nice. They're producing an Old Guard 2. It looks sick. Can't wait, man. I'm gonna watch that this weekend. I need to make sure I watch it, and I'll give you guys a summary of it next week. We'll talk about it a little bit. Yeah, jaded. But the Power Project for me is an honorable slept-on film of 2020. Jamie Foxx, Jason Gordon-Levitt. There's a couple other actors in it. I can't tell you off the top of my head, but it deals with people with superpowers, but more in the sense of kind of like druggies.
Yeah, but it's only given to you through a drug.
Yeah, and there is a really
MGK is in it. MGK is in it.
Who?
MGK, fucking rap devil, dude.
Yeah,
the rapper.
Machine Gun Kelly. Machine Gun Kelly's in it. Yeah, and you know what, dude? Big ups on him. He's a good actor, man. He plays a really interesting role.
Dude, in The Dirt.
Yeah,
fucking Tommy Lee, dude.
Yeah, The Dirt was super good. Yeah, he was super good. I give that guy some props, man. But yeah, dude, Project Power, if you get an opportunity to watch it, it's a really good story. It does have the possibility of being something a little bit bigger, and I know it's probably based on.
Oh yeah, man. If they made a second one, I'd be all over it.
Yeah, I think it's something that, you know, if you do got an opportunity, don't kill yourself if you don't have a streaming service. It's something you can kind of go past, but I think it's worth. Now let's talk about failure.
Actually, hold on, man. One more honorable mention for this year.
Yeah, that's right.
Season 2 of Umbrella Academy.
Oh, dude. Was that this year?
That was
the beginning of this year?
Yeah. It ended July 31st of this year.
Yeah, guys, straight up. Umbrella Academy Season 2 is probably one of the best. You know what? Yeah, dude. Like, as a matter of fact, like
it actually started in July 31st of this year and ended.
Yeah. Yeah, they have the Cobra Kai series too. It would be a good mention. I'm not a real big fan of the acting, but it does have that 90s feel.
I don't care, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
it's fun.
for it.
It's just that it's fun. Yeah, it's just that it's fun.
This dude, I'm gonna watch Cobra Kai. I
Yeah,
have not seen
Cobra Kai's fun.
and I'm glad that no one has spoiled it on my feed.
Yeah,
but I'm for it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun one. I mean, could it be a little?
I like it.
Yeah. I won't say too much about it. It's cool. It's cool. I like it. Honorable mention, straight up Cobra Kai stars. I call that. Good job, Robert. Good job. Now to the failures. I want to say one failure for the very, very end because that's like the top failure of this year, which is of course the comic film of the three, and then we have two honorable mentions for for that one. The first one I'm going to call out is probably one of the weirdest movies. That would have to be Jiu-Jitsu with Nicolas Cage.
Jiu-Jitsu was that movie?
Dude, it had zero to do about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It had zero to do about Jiu-Jitsu.
It was like Men of Tai Chi with aliens.
Yeah, dude. It was
what the fuck was that?
Probably the weirdest way. Those kind of movies, I want to say, like Nicolas Cage is like trying to pay off his old college tuition stuff off.
Yeah.
And he's just like, yeah, you're gonna pay me some $1,000. Yeah, I'm down, dude. I got a card payment to make. Like,
cool, can you guys buy me pizza too?
Yeah, can you buy me some waters and pizza, please, for the back for my extra shit?
Yeah.
The movie Jiu-Jitsu, it's literally Mortal Kombat meets a space alien.
Yeah, let me look up the actual synopsis.
Oh god, it's horrible, dude. It's probably gonna be something like that. A group of Earthlings have to do battle with an
ancient order of jiu-jitsu fighters joins forces to battle a vicious race of alien invaders. But when a celebrated war hero goes down to defeat the fate of the planet and mankind hangs in the balance. Ooh.
Yeah, straight up aliens. Dude, for some reason, there's a trailer because I couldn't watch this movie. I couldn't watch it.
The fucking trailer is stupid.
There's a part in the trailer where all the fighters are standing around the alien, and I thought the alien was gonna bring out a bunch of like tatami mats and lay them on the ground and get in guard, and be like, "All right, let's get this started." And it was just gonna be a big grappling match, because I did not see it as a fighting jiu-jitsu kung fu movie or nothing. I was so like, it's horrible, dude.
Yeah.
Don't watch it. Don't watch it, Robert. Please, for the love of God, don't watch it. Jiu-Jitsu is probably going to be one of the biggest flops of this year for me. The second film that's coming out, which is kind of a disappointment because there was an opportunity to see a different type of comic book film on the big screen, but would be Bloodshot with Vin Diesel.
Oh man, I had such high hopes for that movie.
I really did, dude. I really did, because Bat in the Sun really loves that franchise, and he constantly puts like Bat in the Sun is this guy online that does a lot of like Wolverine versus Wonder Woman, Batman versus aliens. He does it, but with live action characters dressed as. He did the Joker versus Deadpool. There's the Domino and Deadpool versus Harley Quinn and the Joker. It's really, really good if you get an opportunity to watch it. Bat in the Sun. That would be really cool. My brother told me that I should reach out to him to bring him on the podcast. And he's a real big comic book lover. Guy looks like the Joker through and through. It's super good. You haven't had an opportunity, Bat in the Sun on YouTube. Check it out. He has been making the Bloodshot with Jason David Frank, as a matter of fact. He made a series of Bloodshot with Jason David Frank.
Dude, and I heard that it slaps.
Dude, it is really good. It is really good. Like, and that's the thing.
We're not even going to fucking mention that one.
No. Jason David Frank. Yeah, and Jason David Frank was that Bloodshot.
Yeah.
In that online series, yes, he is a Bloodshot. And you know what's even weirder is he is a better Bloodshot than Vin Diesel.
Fucking Vin Diesel was.
Yeah, than Vin Diesel. So that, to me, I think it was a really big miss. I think the production company really did not get a grasp of the situation, and this is the problem with them not bringing in people who actually read the material and know the material by heart instead of just picking people.
That's why I'm really excited to see Bat in the Sun's upcoming was it like Batman? White Dragon, like Legend of the White Dragon?
There's another one. They're doing a Batman one that's coming out soon.
Yeah, but I mean, Batman's everywhere, dude. So I'm like,
Batman is
but Legend of the White Dragon, dude. I'm really hopeful for that one.
Talking about the Jason David Frank one, right?
Yeah, and they're
Yeah.
bringing back a lot of old Power Rangers too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, considering, granted it's a Bat in the Sun production, but like, I mean, it's not the fucking Russo brothers doing this, but
Yeah,
still,
dude. But this guy actually has a love for the franchises. He has
yeah,
a love for all these different characters, and he wants to make them good.
yeah, and granted, Power Rangers isn't a comic book or anything like that, but for people who like me who have the fucking comic books of
The
Power Rangers, this is going to be a great fucking series for me.
Yeah.
I'm super hopeful for it. But our next one, dude,
our last one of the biggest flops. To do the honorable mentions yet, but it's going to be probably one of the worst films that came out of this franchise. It's going to be
The Birds of Prey.
Harley Quinn and the annexation of Puerto Rico, or what did they call it?
Yeah, so the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn. Yeah, what the fuck?
I think the Harley Quinn film with the Birds of Prey was complete garbage. I think Margot Robbie playing the character of Harley Quinn is fantastic.
Yeah, she's amazing
for that role. But Harley Quinn, the character, the way that they wrote her, is not a character that can carry a franchise yet above the Joker. Like like I don't know how to explain that in a way that doesn't sound. I just feel
I know what you mean, but I think that she could. I just think that this was bad story writing.
Well, I mean, it's just one of those things like this. Okay, so the Suicide Squad, the first one that came out, Margot Robbie did very well with Will Smith. She did very well.
Yeah, like, and I'll give you that. I'll give you that. And I do think that Will Smith could hold a franchise on his own, or at least a series, a limited series on his own. He did very well in fucking Fresh Prince.
I mean, you look at Will Smith,
and even was it Men in Black? Yeah, except for the third one, which is crap.
There's nothing in the sense that it can't work.
Yeah,
but it's just one of those things that, look, Harley Quinn is a cool character, but like I just feel like there's not enough resource for her to really push on a franchise individually to carry a film based on her character alone. Because there's not enough backstory. Like, what are you gonna like if you were to make a Harley Quinn story? What would you make it about, Trigger? Because
if I were to make a Harley Quinn story, what would I make it about?
Because Harley Quinn.
Yeah, honestly, man, I would make it into her redemption and her trying to work with Batman in the sense of her trying to right the wrongs that she's committed, kind of like how this last Batman arc with Ghost Hunter or Ghostmaker finished. How she kind of goes to the clown killer and she was like, look, dude, I'm gonna tell you this right now, man. I was not in a good headspace. I understand that like what I did was wrong and I'm sorry. I truly am. But I understood what I was doing, and I'm going to talk to you as a therapist, as a psychologist, not as Harley Quinn. She spoke to him as Harleen Quinzel, and
check this out. Oz just made a really good point, and I'm gonna iterate on what you're talking about too. He put, isn't there a cartoon series about her?
Yes. And that cartoon series is way better than the fucking shit we saw, earlier.
Yeah, but in the aspect of it, if you think about it, the cartoon series is also literally just the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally just the Suicide Squad. But her individually by herself carrying a franchise, maybe with a couple of other supporting characters.
She would need to have some really big supporting characters.
Yeah, she needs some big supporting characters because right now you're talking about a redemption story and have Batman alongside of her.
Yeah,
I would have loved to have seen.
You know what, dude? I wouldn't give her Batman. I would give her Nightwing.
I mean, I could see a Nightwing. I could see a Nightwing. I could even. You know what? I would like to see a buddy story with her and Shazam, because of the Injustice story. You remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
that was a good one when she was with the kid.
Yeah.
That to me was a really, really cool story.
Honestly, man, and like now that you mentioned that, I can see her hitting on him as he's Shazam, and then finding out that he's a fucking 12-year-old kid, and just being like,
"Oh shit, yeah, dude, that'd be it's so funny." That's why that was super funny.
Yeah, that would just be such a funny ass plot point, and you know what? I would watch the fuck out of that.
Because it's really funny because when he Shazam, she talks about how hot he is. But
Yeah.
when he's 15, he's like, look at me, I'm a girl. Oh.
Yeah.
Like picking on him for being 15.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and that's what it ends up being like. And it's really funny. But like it's very hard for her to pull it off. Like Birds of Prey, like the character. Okay, so the actresses they chose are all actresses that work really fucking hard. Like I have no disrespect for those actresses. They do very well. Fucking the actress from Scott Pilgrim, like Ramona Flowers is in it. I love her. I love her so much. She plays the Huntress, dude.
Yeah, she plays
What an
Huntress.
awesome role, because that's literally, if you break it down, her same role that she played as Bruce Willis's daughter in the Die Hard movies.
Oh
Like
yeah,
that same attitude, like that same like motherfucker attitude. Like that's the same one, and it's gorgeous. Like the role they had was good, dude. And they had Ewan McGregor.
yeah, dude.
They had Ewan motherfucking McGregor in that
It was Black
movie
Mask.
playing Black Mask. And it's like, how can you have such an awesome set of characters and mess the story up completely and not get the point across? Yeah, I just I think it was the biggest flop of the comics film this year. And that's what really sucks. I think she deserves a lot more, and I hope they fix it. And I hope they do something better for next time.
I agree.
So for our 2 honorable mentions, the reason why they're honorable mentions is because I still myself have not had the opportunity to watch it, but from the reviews that we've seen, they're not good. Definitely not good. Yeah, Oz, absolutely correct. Awesome cast, but bad storytelling. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So here we go. Starting with Monster Hunter.
Ugh.
Did you get a chance to watch it yet?
I have it.
No.
And
I haven't seen it either.
I'm just like, I look at it sometimes and I'm like, do I want to do it? Am I
You know,
going to?
I mean, we can.
I have to. What I think I might end up having to do is I might have to play that while, like, have it on while I'm playing a game.
Probably like a behind the scenes, like kind of like watching it in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. You know, it's from what we've known throughout film history is going from a game to film is really hard.
Very.
Very hard. I can put it up to that, especially with a series like Monster Hunter, where the story is there's giant kaiju, and it's about a group of people that are hunting them and making armor about them and trying to stop them from destroying their town, all while making armor. You know, I think
Trying to get home.
Yeah, trying to get home. More than likely is that. I just feel like
Robert, are you being nice about it, or
Yeah,
or do you actually think it's okay? Because if that's the case, then I'll give it a shot. Seriously.
yeah,
But
it's one of those
because
things.
honestly, I trust my viewers more than I trust critics. Truly.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a good way to put it.
I trust my viewers more than I trust my critics because I feel like you guys would give something an honest chance.
Yeah, they know the franchises. They watch us because they know the franchises too. They're fans of the series just like we are.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would take that. I've heard some bad reviews about it. Me personally, I call Mila Jovovich the franchise killer,
and for good reason.
Yeah, nowadays, like if she's put in a franchise, it's not like
I think the last movie that she was in that I actually had a lot of fun with, and I didn't sleep very well after it, was The Fourth Kind.
Okay. The Fourth Kind, was that the one in the desert?
No, the it's about aliens.
Okay. There was one all right, Kyle. Mila Jovovich is a garbage choice for any main character at a first glance. You know what?
True. It's that's why, man. She's our franchise killer. So when I saw it, I was like, God.
Yeah, that was the same way. You know what? Like, I will be one of the first person to lay my life on the line and say that Fifth Element with Mila Jovovich is one of the greatest movies on the planet.
100%.
Yeah, Mila Jovovich in that movie was great. Resident Evil, I could see
Multipass is going to be one of those that like is going
to stay with us forever.
Yeah.
Her in Resident Evil, I think that the story was written bad, but having her as an actress wasn't bad because at that time she was like the Angelina Jolie. She was like the action female of that time. Like that was when she was in charge of that. You could have put her as Lara Croft. You could have put her as a remake of the mother from Terminator if you wanted to. And she could have flown with that shit. She does have really good acting chops when it comes to action films. I just think that she's been in so many flops that we kind of like our brains click to be like, oh, this is going to suck.
But that's the problem, dude.
Yeah, it is.
Like she is such a good actress. She really is. It's
Mhm.
just that like the movies that she keeps getting attached to are just
They're
absolute
horrible.
trash, man.
That's like Gerard Butler right now. Like I feel for that dude. Like every time, the only reason, like right now, the only thing I'm excited for is they just came out and said that he's gonna be Kratos in God of War,
Oh yeah, man, I heard that.
and that's literally like they literally made Kratos designed after him in 300.
Yeah,
Like
it's
that is
and Kyle's right, dude. Fifth Element is a cult classic. It's
Mhm.
it's very hard to hate. And she had a niche carved out, in the late 90s, early 2000s.
With her
And
modeling
so,
career.
and so people want to give her like that true chance, but it's the same time, like it's kind of like a bad ex, dude. Like
Well,
you have
that's
so
the
much fun
problem.
with her at first,
It's
man,
her
but
husband. Her husband's the one that keeps putting her in all these films because he's the director of most of them.
which is trash.
So, like, if I'm not mistaken, he's the dude that did all the Resident Evil films.
Ugh.
So yeah, like I mean, it is what it is. Nowadays, Mila Jovovich, I think she hasn't found her place in the acting thing. I think taking a step back and getting away from action and doing something like emotional or drama would be nice.
Hey man, and by the way, dude, Gerard Butler is badass in all of the Has Fallen series. Olympus Has Fallen, London, and Angel Has Fallen. Those are badass movies.
What about 2020?
I mean, hey, hush about 2020.
Extinction, or what's that movie that's going on right now where he's like running away from meteors and shit?
Oh, dude, that one was so funny. Geo something or whatever the fuck.
Oh no, there's another one.
Yeah,
He just did another one. Geo, that was horrible also. But
bro,
they
what
like
about Den of Thieves? He fucking kills it.
Oh,
in
Den
Den
of
of
Thieves is
Thieves.
great. Yeah, no, I'm not saying that Gerard Butler sucks. I'm saying that some of the movie choices he's making right now are sucking.
Geostorm. That's what it was called. Geostorm.
Geostorm. And there's another one that's called
Greenland. I think that's what it is.
No, there's another one's called like 2020 or Extinction or something.
No, it's called Greenland. I'm looking it up right now.
That's horrible, dude.
Yeah, it's he's pretty much dodging meteors.
Yeah, that's the whole movie. He's just running around meteors with an RV.
Yeah, so it's a 2020 disaster film, blah blah blah. Gerard Butler. The film follows a family who must fight for their survival as a planet-destroying comet races towards Earth.
Yeah, that's because of the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally a coronavirus movie.
You guys should really check out Gamer was also pretty good. Yeah.
Gamer was kind of fun.
Put up what Robert said.
There you go.
This is not a comic movie, but you guys should really check it out. It's Promising Young Woman.
Promising Young Woman. Ooh, there we go. That's a good call. Promising Young Woman. You guys get an opportunity. Check that. Could we catch that on Netflix or Hulu, or what streaming service would be able to catch it on?
Yeah, man.
But yeah, like we were saying, Mila Jovovich is kind of like a franchise killer. So if she's connected to a film, there's a big possibility it's going to be like straight to Laserdisc or straight to VHS.
Yeah,
passing Redbox at 100 miles per hour, like just straight to
the clearance bin,
clearance section.
Yeah.
$5 bin, $3 bin at Walmart.
Yeah, the $5 3 movie bin.
It just came out in theaters. Cool. Well, actually, the next film is going to be another maybe flop, an honorary mention on something, because we've heard a lot of bad reviews from a lot of interesting people that have a lot of like stake in comics and things.
I'm going to watch it. I'm
still gonna watch it.
Chance. Yeah, I'm gonna give it its honest chance, but my expectations are not very high for it.
Yeah, and we're not gonna go in there in a negative aspect, hoping it fails. Because we never go in there hoping that movies fail. We go in there hoping that they're really great and that people are just shitting on them because of something. But the last one's probably going to be Wonder Woman 1984. If you've seen it, don't put any spoilers, but give us your opinion on the bottom. So far, I've heard a handful of large bad reviews from people who read comics, people who love Wonder Woman as a character in the comics for years. And they all say the same thing, that the story is very dry. It's very cookie cutter.
Yeah.
The character and CG of the villain looks very Cats.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make a lot of sense, which is, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago when we talked about Wonder Woman as a movie, where I was kind of confused on them bringing Cheetah on as a really big film. I understand that she's like the villain of Wonder Woman.
Got halfway through.
I don't understand. But I don't understand how they were going to bring her out to fight the character they've established in the movies, which is like literally a Thor goddess. You know what I mean? And I do.
But in the comics, I mean, she's even stronger.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's different iterations where she's like
You know,
in and out.
but honestly,
but
Cheetah has been one of her main villains since, I mean, forever.
Yeah,
You know, and
that I understand. That I understand.
and it's kind of like one of those things where we're like, okay, I understand that like they're bringing that one out now. It's kind of like, you know, and I know that we never try and invoke this movie, but Green Lantern.
Oof.
I'm glad that they gave Sinestro his like origin and then made him
into what he should be, the villain.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm glad that they did that.
That's what I was gonna come and say a little while ago. Is like I feel that Maxwell, whatever his name is, what's his name? Maxwell Lord. I feel like he's an okay villain, but they made him more of a person that finds a relic that has powers, rather than making him like the person he is in the comics, where he's a lot more devilish in the comics.
I get that, but I think they're kind of harping on a lot of origin for a lot of bigger characters where they're gonna, you know, possibly
lay him out
later, you know. But at the same time, with the way that like the DCEU is going and it kind of just being up in the air, I really think that it's one of those where like, man, if you guys don't use these characters again, I'm not exactly gonna blame you for not, but at the same time, I really hope you do.
Yeah, no kidding. I just feel like Cheetah should have been partnered up with another supervillain.
It kind of was, just not a very good one.
Just not a very good one.
Yeah.
I feel like they still could have kept Maxwell there as like a third party person, like a Lex Luthor-esque kind of character. Like kind of like he's doing things because he's this man of power, and then brought in two villains that have really great powers.
Well, like, I mean, for me, like on a continuity standpoint, I think Cheetah would have just been fine. But like I said, I still haven't seen the movie, so I can't really comment too much on it. But from what I'm reading and what I've been gathering and stuff like that, from like synopses that I've been seeing and stuff, you know, like she has a great origin story and a great telling. But from a continuity standpoint, she holds the villain role well.
The actress is great.
For Wonder Woman.
The actress is good.
You know, and yeah, and the actress that they have for her is mostly a comedic actress, which is really weird to see her in a villain role,
an action role, serious.
You know,
role.
and so that's why I'm kind of for it. You know, like, hey, you know what? Go for it. You know, it'd be like it's like Gerard Butler being, you know, like a huge action star with Judge Dredd and, you know, Ormir in, you know, Lord of the Rings, and then he was in and then, you know, he was also in the Dirty Truth or whatever the fuck it was called.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Billy Butcher, dude. Billy Butcher's character, from all of those to that, like that's a huge move.
You know, yeah, but it's still kind of action starry. You know, he's just the underpowered one. But you know, there's like a sense of comedy. Yeah, which I get, but like I'm talking about like the tropey chick flicks.
Yeah, you know? Yeah, I get you. That would be Rick from The Walking Dead, and then when he came out in Sex and the City.
Yes.
Yeah, like that. Or yeah, like I mean, anyone. Or looking at Supernatural, you look at Sam's character, and then you look at him and remember that he used to come out in the Gilmore Girls. So like that, it's like those. Like it takes him out of their environment. Or even Jensen Ackles, man, right? Where he used to be in
Days of Our Lives.
Yeah, Days of Our Lives, and he even makes fun of it in one of the episodes. Probably the greatest episode in Supernatural. But yeah, guys, I'm still gonna give Wonder Woman a chance. I feel like they, you know, from what we've heard, there's a lot of negativity towards the film. DC is going through a lot of difficulties right now as a company. They're losing a lot, and they're making a lot of weird moves. And we hope that it doesn't mean an ending for DC Comics. I made a prediction back like 2 years ago when Trigger first came on the show, right? About a year and a half ago.
Yeah, about a year and a half.
I said that my call is DC's eventually going to get bought out by Disney, which is it a bad thing? No, because that means Universal Studios will then not have, you know, Batman rides. It'll now be at Disney. So hopefully by the time Trigger goes, he's got a Batman and a Superman ride and a bunch of Superman and Batman areas.
Yeah,
And that would be badass with the DC and Marvel all together in some way.
Except that would be Universal Studios, which actually, by the way, guys, her and I will be going to Universal Studios, and we will be going to Hogwarts.
Yay, Hogwarts!
Yeah, dude, we're gonna go. We're gonna go check out the Diagon Alley. You know,
is that the same? Is it the same state or what?
Yeah, dude, it's still in Orlando.
Nice, dude. That's so cool.
Yeah, so we're going to Orlando. You know, for Disneyland. Sorry for Disneyland.
Look right there. Look, Oz put it so good. Maybe that's why DC did not want to take the DCU, because Disney Comic Universe. It'll be Disney Comic Universe, and that's why they have not, because DC will not use the DCEU as their call.
Possibly, yeah.
You know what I mean? What if that's because Disney already bought it as the Disney Comic Entertainment Universe? That would be nuts. Good call, Oz. That's super crazy.
Like I said, I can see that.
Yeah, man, me too.
Those things where, like, if it happened, I would be like, okay.
Oh, Trigger's actually going to be going in April.
Yes. So, Ozzy, since I know that you're kind of late, you
got in kind of late.
And Audrey will be getting married on February 6th.
Yeah.
And in April, on my birthday, actually, we will be heading to Orlando for our honeymoon in Galaxy's Edge.
Congratulations, brother. Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Hey, so to all our listeners, what did you think of our choices? What were your all's choices? If you want to leave a comment in the list below, and we'll check them out later, and we'll join you guys later on in the thing. Poor girl. Poor girl. Poor Audrey. Poor Audrey. She's going to be Mrs. Trigger. Mrs. Trigger. Guys, what did you think of our choices? What did you think of our flops? Did you agree or did you disagree on some of our stuff? And why do you think The Mandalorian is the greatest thing that's ever happened in 2020? Leave a comment. Guys, we want to thank you again for tuning into our show. We appreciate you guys so much. I hope that you really do like the way that we changed our production quality and our new layout. We're trying to go the extra mile to make this a more entertaining show, to try to keep you guys entertained, try to keep you guys that you're a part of something big, because we want this to be bigger in 2021. We're excited for what's going on with us with here at the Average Boys. We're excited for our individuals streaming sites also. If you can, I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 4:30, 5 o'clock, all the way to 6:30 p.m. And then on the weekends, I try to stream a different type of game. I think I'm on Facebook and Twitch. I'm going to guess that. And my Facebook, of course, is ChrisP Plays, which is this guy right here. Oh, I know I can't tune it in because it's on manual focus. ChrisP, ChRASP Games. Actually, it's Plays, not Games. Screw that sticker. It's wrong.
Wrong.
But it's ChrisP Plays. If you guys want to check me out, Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Like our first sweaters that we first got.
Yeah, dude.
They're not even the same fucking thing, dude.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is I got to fix this up to where it shows our merchandise site so people can go check it out. If not, hopefully we will be getting our own personal merch soon, right? We were talking about that the other day. We were talking about getting our own t-shirts and stuff printed.
Yes, sir.
That way we're a little bit more local and we can get it to you faster. And
I finally just started streaming myself.
Yes, that's right. Triggs just started streaming this past week. Triggs, give your information right now.
So I am on Twitch right now at Crollen, CHR0LEN. Crollen is my online handle. So I'm going to be kind of like tweaking, like not necessarily the name, but like the description. That way people know, like, can associate it with me. I've seen a lot of YouTubers, who have their handle and like their like stage name. Like Trigger, aka Crollen, and stuff like that. Yeah. And that's where I will be streaming. Right now, I've been streaming Code Vein, nice. And it was super duper fun. I very much missed it. Very, very much missed it. I'm probably gonna also go back to streaming WoW again. That's where I made my chops. And I'm also probably gonna do some horror games. Those are always fun. Some good jump scares, some good reacts.
Well, good stuff, brother. Good stuff. What time are you usually going to try to stream at?
Probably around 8 8 o'clock.
8 p.m. And what days?
I have not worked out my schedule yet.
Okay.
I have not worked out my schedule yet. The reason being is because I've got my wedding to
Back for Blood.
Yeah, so I have my wedding to plan right now.
To plan out.
Yeah.
Well, guys, if you can, go check out Trigger's Twitch. Add it up. Put the bell on just so you can catch on when he does stream. If not, he'll probably be posting it up on our Average Boys chat and his own personal gaming chat, just to remind us that he's going to be jumping on. Proud of you, dude. I'm proud that you're going to jump into the streaming world with us and get in there and bring more content. I think we need to bring in more content from the Average Boys to make sure that our fans have a really cool thing to catch us on the weekdays. And yeah, guys, if you can, drop by the site. Like we said earlier, add us up on Spotify so you can keep us in your pockets and keep us.
I've actually just linked our my Twitch chat to.
Oh, there we go. There we go. There it is. You guys make sure to check that out if you can. And don't forget to add the subscription bell so that way you can see when he jumps on. Triggs, thanks, man. I hope you're having a good time, and I hope you like the new production because this caught you by surprise.
Dude, this is sick, dude. I love it. Sick.
It looks great, dude.
Yeah.
I like the way that we get to put up. Oh, yeah, just in case. There it is, guys. There it is. Just in case you can't see the comment section, there it is right there. That's and that's a 0 that's in the middle of Crolin. So there you go. Guys, again, I want to say thank you so much to our extraordinary listeners for coming in and watching a bunch of Average Boys talk about comics and games and mangas and all this stuff. We can't wait to come back next Friday and do it again. 9 p.m. every Friday here on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. Let me know if you needed booze for the big day, buddy. Hey, Myers, dude. I haven't seen Myers in such a long time. Holy shit.
Actually,
dude.
Yeah, we actually might, man. I will get in touch with you for sure.
What if we just have like booze for the show?
I am actually making
we just have kegs like wired to everything. Just but yeah, man. Thank you guys for tuning in again. We appreciate you guys so much. We'll see you guys again next Friday, 9 p.m. Hit us up. Don't forget to add us up on Spotify. Don't forget to add Twitch up. Don't forget to add our streams up. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys again next Friday, 9 p.m. here at the Average Boys Podcast. See you guys later. Peace.